Welcome. Can you hear me? Move this here. How's everybody doing? Welcome to the live stream. Looks like my audio is working okay. Somebody confirm. I love the cat too. Introvert in Alaska. Audio and video are good. Awesome. Prodigal Aquarist. Thank you. How's everybody doing? How we doing? How's your week been? What's everybody up to? What are we going to talk about today? Tomorrow is a dock party for those of you who are members of the channel. So tomorrow's the next members live stream for those who want to join that. Same time, 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock here, 1 o'clock Eastern. What is that? 5 p.m. in the UK. So yeah, let me know what you guys want to talk about. So I just threw up a quick little poll there at the beginning. I had two kind of title ideas for the next video, which I thought about doing that this morning. And then I thought, you know what? No, I'm just going to film it after the live stream. And wouldn't it be fun to maybe involve you guys? You guys can tell me what you want me to make. So those are the two titles I initially wrote down. I don't know if you can see that. I didn't quit and I'm not an expert. Both of which were, I guess, inspired by comments that I receive in my videos. So thank you for that, for everybody who comments. But yeah, no, then I thought, well, let's make a poll. And the poll options were not as long as I wanted them to be. The one that's the longest, my thoughts about YouTube right now, that is exactly how many characters you can have in a poll option. So I wasn't able to make anything longer than that. So I just put a couple of dots beside. So anyway, the title might end up being different than what you guys ultimately choose. Right now, it looks like if I started YouTube today, and why start YouTube before you're ready? So just so you know, what the initial titles were for those that I was looking at was why you should start before you're ready. Okay, but that was too long. Why I almost quit YouTube, that fit. My honest thoughts about YouTube right now, and what I'd do differently if I started today. So I summarized that in the fourth option. So there you go. Those are the ideas that are kind of in my head, and I can pick any one of those and go outside and talk about it for 20 minutes or so. And then tomorrow morning, it'll be a video. So I'll just leave that poll open for a while. So right now it's the last one. What I'd do differently if I started today is winning. I may change the actual title, but it should be something around that. So anyway, let me quickly get into the chat. See you. Chat's going by real quick. We got 55 people in here. Awesome. Welcome, guys. Who's here? We got John. Is just starting his channel so far. Only made 2 shorts and working on the rest. And the long format videos. Great to see some of the videos to give ideas on new contributors. Very good. Welcome, John. Madhouse Creations is here. Welcome. Catherine's in the house. Early morning in New Zealand. How you doing, Catherine? In John's Universe has a question. Thanks for all the advice you've given previously. I'm trying to decide if I want to use YouTube's Join program or Patreon to help financially support my channel. Do you recommend one over the other? So there's pros and cons. Okay, so obviously I've chosen the, it might not be obvious to some of you, but I've chosen the YouTube program, but I could have easily gone the Patreon route, or buy me a coffee is another option. The reason I went with YouTube is just because it's a little simpler. Like nobody has to leave the YouTube platform to join, and then I can do my live streams right within YouTube. Now, I suppose there's ways you could do that outside, like with Patreon. But the other thing to keep in mind is if you do use the YouTube program, there's a significant portion of the membership fees that YouTube keeps. Okay, I think it's 35% or 30%, one or the other. And so the creator only receives 65 or 70%. I can't remember exactly what it is. But that's a significantly higher cut for YouTube than, say, if you went with Patreon or something else. So that's something to consider. But all are good choices. All provide great ways to monetize your channel outside of the YouTube Partner Program. That's the other thing. You can go with Patreon or Buy Me a Coffee before you are in the Partner Program of YouTube. If you're in the Partner, so to set up memberships in your YouTube channel, you need at least, 500 subscribers. So it's the intermediate level of monetization. 500 subs and I think 2,500 or 3,000 watch hours, something like that. Not the full 1,000, 4,000, right, that you normally need to earn ad revenue. So anyway, I hope that helps, John. Hello, Rosanny. How you doing? Good to see you. Chris is here from Belgium. Good morning or good afternoon for you. Good afternoon here too. Angela's here. How you doing, Angela? I had a chat with Angela yesterday. That was fun. One of our winners from a couple weeks ago. Mountain Finance is here. How you doing? Steve Brocky. Hello, Steve. Good to see you again. Beetle Bailey. It's always better to start the channel at the earliest state possible. Maybe even an email address that you've had for a very, very long time. Sure. Yeah. I'm not sure if that was in response to... But yeah, you can start your channel at any time. Like they say, best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is like right now, today. Yo from Colorado, Bill. How you doing, Bill? Accidental Software Engineer is waving. How you doing? Peanut has it made. Yep, she's living it up. Hey, Barb. Good to see you, Barb. John is here. How you doing? William is here. Paula. How you doing, Paula? Joanne is here. Lots of people here. What have we got? So yeah, I'm already way behind in the chats. I noticed so Angela's a new crew member. Welcome, Angela. New crew member. So yeah, so tomorrow you can join us in the live stream tomorrow. So for those who don't know, those members live streams that I do, same format as this, except instead of over 100 people now in this one, there's usually 15, maybe 20 people in the members only ones. So I get to answer all the questions, right? I have no trouble keeping up with the questions in the members ones. So that's a little benefit you get for that. And I do it every 2 weeks, sometimes every 3 weeks if you know, that Wednesday that it lands on is a problem. But we're good. We're good tomorrow. Let's see what else we got. Flagler Nature Girl, member for 1 month. Anniversary, awesome. Love this group. You gave me advice on starting a playlist. I did that and gained 10 new people on both channels. Way to go. Awesome. Awesome. All right, let's see. Let me type in QQQ. We'll do a little search to see who wrote in QQQ for their questions. I already got John's question. Line Overland has a question. I couldn't attend last week. Glad to be here again. How many are usually on the members' lives? Okay, so yeah, 15, I think was 15 last time. I think we've gotten as high as 20. We have, just so you know, the upper limit, what it could be. That's not where, oh, see all members. We've now got 57 members of the channel. And yeah, it's usually, and it's been that, you know, it's been around 57, 55. Last week, maybe it was around 50, and around 15 to 20 showed up. So somewhere in there. Amy has a question. Can you address searchability of titles? Everyone's telling me make sure your title is searchable, but how do I figure out which titles are the most searched in my niche? Okay, so titles don't have to be searchable. I'll say that right off the bat. So thinking of my own channel, I have some videos that are getting search traffic. Most of my videos don't. Most of my videos are browse or suggested traffic, okay? Search traffic is good though. And the way you would do it is you would include keywords that are being searched for, okay? If you can identify what keywords people are searching for to find videos like your videos, those are the terms that you should put in your title. And you should talk about it in the video, and you can put it in your tags and descriptions as well, but ultimately basically talk about it and put it in your title, then it may start showing up in search. So how do you find out what is a good search term? You would go to, let me share my screen. Does this work here? Yep, so here is YouTube. Let me just move this over here so it looks better. And so, I don't know, let's say sewing, I don't know, sewing needles or something. So you can go to the search bar at the top of YouTube, type in, or start typing in sewing. Okay, and then you can see, so what it lists here is everything that people are looking for with the most search term listed at the top. Okay, so let's just back up here. If we just type SEW for sew, so sewing is the #1 search term. If I go sew and then, sewing, then sewing bag, sewing for beginners, and so on. If I put a space here, that will eliminate sewing because there's no space after sew in that word. So put a space, sew in with leave out, sew in with closure, sew in, sew a button, sew torn. Okay, so now let's go back and let's start typing sewing. Okay, now let's put a space, sewing for beginners, sewing bags, sewing projects. Okay, if I want to expand on sewing bags, let's just start typing that, sewing basics. Okay, and you can go through the alphabet. So let's go sewing space A, sewing a dress, sewing a bag, sewing a top. Okay, sewing space C, sewing clothes, sewing class. All right, so that is probably your best bet in terms of trying to find keywords. So sit down with a pen and paper, start brainstorming, and you can even, go to some of those search terms and see what's showing up and see how many videos are there and who's making them, how large their channels are, how many views those videos are getting in relation to how many subscribers they have. And that way you may be able to find some outliers. Okay, so yeah, but that said, search-based videos aren't the only thing, the only way to make videos that get traffic. You can have more generic titles that really are terms that people don't search for. And if I just kind of go back to my channel here, for example, YouTube creators show some respect. Okay, I mean, are there search terms in there? I suppose YouTube creators, but what are people searching for with that? It's probably not. So this title is more, it's more for people who subscribe to my channel already, or people like the people who subscribe to my channel already. Okay, so YouTube then, it kind of goes into the video, transcribes it, figures out what I'm talking about in the video, and based on how my subscribers react to that video, are they watching a lot of it? Are they clicking on the thumbnail, right? If it's getting good results, YouTube may push it out more if it's a topic that, people are interested in, right? So if somebody watches a video similar to that first, mine might show up as a recommended next video to watch, okay? So that's not search at all. So, and I'd say probably 95% of my videos get browse traffic, not search traffic. And if I go to, I can show you this. If I go to Studio, go to Content, let's just go to this video here, Analytics. So this is an average video. That green line, or blue, turquoise, whatever it is basically, it's how many views I've had over time. So this video was posted 8 days ago, 5,400 views. If we look over here on the right, you can see how I'm getting those views in the last 48 hours. Browse features, 40% of the traffic is coming through browse. And that just means people going to the YouTube homepage, or they're just kind of browsing through YouTube, scrolling, right? Or suggested videos, 12%. So after somebody watches a video, this one might be suggested to them as another video to watch, or in the right column, right? Channel pages, that's people who actually go to my channel, which that's actually high. It's not usually that high. People don't usually just go to a channel and then decide what to watch. Sometimes, if they watch a video, they really like it, they subscribe maybe. Now let's go to the channel to see what else I might be able to watch. Okay, so that's an example of a browse-based video. I can think of a search one. Let's see. I know one in September. This might take a while to go find that. Bear with me, and I'll just show you what it looks like. Let's go there. Let's go here. This seems slow. I hope I don't get kicked out today. By the way, if you ever lose me and the screen goes black, just know that I'm trying to get back online. That's happened a couple times already. All right, so where am I going? So this one right here, this is what I wanted to show you. 5-minute thumbnails. How I make my thumbnails in 5 minutes. Where'd it go? Something just jumped here. Where did it go? There it is. Okay, let's look at this one. Look at that graph. That's kind of cool. I've only noticed that recently. It was kind of an average video. Like if I change this to first 24 hours, say, so kind of average, maybe a little bit above average. Okay, that's October 18th to 19th. Let's change that to October 18th to, so 18th, you click on that and now go to the next date. Let's say the first month or so, okay, to the end of November and apply. Okay, so it shows a little bit differently. I've got the views initially and then it kind of tails off, okay? But if I go, say, last 90 days, you can see it was kind of, you know, down there. What was I getting? 39 views a day, 40. And then, I don't know, a month or so ago, it started to pick up and it's still going up. So now if I just go since published, that brings us up to date. So yeah, so this one I call, it's turning into an evergreen video. Now, for how long, who knows? But it was a search-based video, how I make my thumbnails in 5 minutes, Canva tutorial. So thumbnails, Canva, those two words together, people search for that. Okay, so now if we look over here, YouTube search, 37% of my traffic is coming from search. That's high. It's not usually that high for other videos. So browse and suggested are still pretty good, but this is a search-based one. And if I just come back here again, where am I going? Back to channel content. Let's just come right to there. Dashboard, content. Let's go back to the beginning. All right, so here is kind of a, I mean, this is a pretty good, here's like an average video. Okay, it was good at the time. It was like right around number 1, number 2 out of 10. But if we look at where I'm getting the views from for this video, it's channel pages. That's interesting, channel pages, and then browse. Search is way down to 8%. Okay, so search typically is not all that high. Anyway, I think I probably talked about that a little bit too much. Sorry about that, guys, but that's a bit of a explanation of how you can design your titles for search. Okay, so hope that helped you. Paula has a question. Do you do digital marketing on YouTube? If so, have you succeeded? So by digital marketing, are you talking about like YouTube promotions? Because no, I do not do that, and I don't recommend people do that. But digital marketing, that's kind of a broad term, so I don't really know what you mean by that. I'll take a look at I'll keep an eye on the chat to see if you say something else. Digital marketing. I mean, YouTube is marketing basically. Every time you make a YouTube video, that you are marketing yourself. Basically, if you are in your videos, I kind of count that as digital marketing. But in terms of buying ads, no, I don't do that at all, and I don't recommend you do that. Mainly because that could hurt your future organic growth. Okay, so yeah, I would stick away from that. Steve has a question. What is your take on YouTube CEO saying upward trend in people watching YouTube from their TV and encouraging long-form videos? I made a video on this last night. Any truth in it? So my thoughts on that. So, okay, upward trend in people watching YouTube from their TV. That statement I can agree with. Okay, there's more and more people watching YouTube on their TVs. I've noticed that in my analytics. But I don't believe that means YouTube is pushing that more. Okay, it's just a fact that is what's happening. People are just, people are watching videos on their TVs more. And the algorithm is all, it's all based on what the viewers do and what they watch, what they click, okay? So what they click on to watch on TV may be slightly different than what they click on to watch on a phone or on a computer. So if there's more people watching on a TV, then there's probably more of those types of videos that get clicked to be watched on a TV being watched. Does that make sense? So in other words, so my take on it is this. No, I don't think, okay, sorry, let's back up. When people watch YouTube on TV, they may be more apt to want to watch longer videos, like maybe a 30-minute show video, right? Maybe a vlog, maybe a walk and talk video of mine, like 30 minutes. No problem. I'll just put it on the TV. I'll do my housework. I'll make breakfast, whatever, right? And listen to it in the background. Yeah, people may be more apt to watch stuff like that. Whereas if they're on their phone, they may be more apt to watch a 2-minute video because then they'll scroll on to something else. They're consuming at a faster rate, okay, because they can, just because of the way they're watching. So I think that just happens, okay? Based on how people are going to watch the videos, that might kind of indirectly affect what they click to watch. But no, I do not think YouTube is therefore pushing longer videos more than they're pushing shorter videos. I don't believe that to be the case. It's the viewers. It's the viewers, it's what they do and how they act that is resulting in certain videos getting watched more. Does that make sense? That's my take. That's my take. But it's usually, whenever I hear that somebody might think, oh, a certain kind of video, like even me, I mean, I've been guilty of it. I think YouTube is pushing videos from people who are over 40 more. I don't think that's really an accurate statement, and if I've said it exactly like that in the past, perhaps I have. I apologize because, and I mean, my beliefs change over time too. But what I think is more accurate is that, the younger generations grew up with YouTube. Watching YouTube is nothing new to them. They've been doing it all the time. Or when I say watching YouTube, I mean watching videos online. Could be YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, whatever. But more and more older generations are kind of discovering YouTube. I mean, they know what it is, but maybe they're starting to watch YouTube a little bit more. Therefore, there's more people over 40 getting on YouTube and probably watching videos of people their age. Therefore, videos by people over 40 are getting watched more. Okay? So it's user-driven, it's viewer-driven. It's not that YouTube is pushing any certain type of content out more than others. It's what the people are requesting. Okay? There. That actually would be a good video. But you said you made a video on that. So maybe I'll have to check that out. I hope that, well, you know what? If it doesn't align exactly with what you were thinking, that's okay too. This is all a conversation. So interested in all of this. How to revive a dormant channel? Thoughts? If it's a dormant channel and you haven't been uploading to it, I think the only way to revive it is to start making videos for it again, but it's got to be targeted towards the same audience that is already in that channel, okay? If it's a really old channel, it's been dormant for 10 years, it may be pretty hard to do that because most of your subscribers may have moved on. They might not even be on YouTube anymore, okay? So yeah, I mean, if you've got an idea, you want to start YouTube again, you want to start up again, and you already have a channel, depending on how old that channel is and depending on whether or not your new content is going to fit on that channel, if it's for the same people that were watching videos on that channel, you may or may not want to revive that channel, right? If your content is going to be different, and I don't mean different style, I mean if it's going to be targeting different people, then don't revive that channel. Just start a new channel. Keep the old channel, but right, in case you ever do decide to make videos on that topic again. But yeah, that's how I would do that. And then how to revive it? Just make videos for it. Like there's nothing to do. Don't do anything with the videos that are on the channel now. Don't update the thumbnails, update the titles, all that stuff. I mean, maybe, I don't know, depending on how many videos are there, maybe up. No, I still wouldn't update the thumbnails. I would just start anew. I would just start with a new video on that channel if the audience fit. Brand new style of thumbnail, that way it looks new. It's like, I'm back. And now this is what my thumbnails are going to look like. Maybe update your channel banner too. Maybe update your avatar or your profile picture. Those sorts of things. So I hope that helped, Bill. What is better, retention or views? They're both good. Probably retention, I guess. No good to send somebody to your video via getting the click, right? They click your thumbnail and title, therefore now they're about to watch your video. no point in sending someone there if they're not going to stick around. Okay, so your video content has to be good. So I would say retention. Retention is like, focus on retention, and that would probably positively affect your views. All right. If you have a question, oh, thank you, Prodigal Aquarius. Thank you very much. Yes, put the 3 Qs there, and then you'll wind up in this searched list. All right. That's the way that worked. Or that's the way that works. Sorry, I'm just kind of quickly glancing over at the current chat because I know I'm going to forget, or I'm going to miss stuff. But oh, Jill says, I got a great shout out from Old Mike, or Old Me, you said, but I think you mean Old Mike. Maybe not. Old Mike, I love Old Mike. He's great. Let's see, who else we got here? Teacher Talk is here. Catherine, More Than Money, Mocktail Mom, Beige AZE, Introvert in Alaska, Steve Brocky, Brian. Welcome, everybody. Wow, 156 people. Cool. Yeah, so if you have any questions, put 3 Qs in it, and then it'll show up on my questions list. Again, I won't be able to answer them all. I will bounce around a little bit. If I miss your question, I apologize in advance. I'm not purposely trying to miss anybody's. A hi from Ireland. Any tips for going live? My biggest tip is just do it. If you don't have 50 subscribers and you want to go live, then go live from a computer, because there's no minimum requirement of subscribers to go live from your computer. If you go live from your phone, then you need at least 50 subscribers. So there's that. Be prepared to go live to nobody, because it happens quite often if you have a fairly new channel. If you have some subscribers, maybe try to let people know you're going to go live, either by using the community posts feature on your channel, or let people know in the back end of your videos, like as an ad, like when you're saying who you are. Hi, I'm Rob, and oh, by the way, I go live every Tuesday. Hope to see you next Tuesday, 2 o'clock every week, or whatever. You could do something like that. And then when I say be prepared to talk to nobody, like have something prepared that you can talk about. So whether it's a presentation or just some thoughts you want to share, maybe you want to jot down 10 questions and maybe even the answers. No, just write the questions so you can talk the answers, right? That's what I would do. Good luck with that. What made you start YouTube? Good question. Why did I start this racket? So, the reason I started was I was a freelance video editor. I was doing basically small video editing jobs through Fiverr, and I was doing well. I did that for several years, but it was a lot of work. And in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, like I don't know how old I was then, maybe late 40s, early 50s, or just around 50. And I thought to myself, I don't want to do this the rest of my life. I wouldn't mind teaching. I'm not a teacher, but I am a coach. I was a coach of my daughter's curling team years ago, and I used to coach when I was younger, sailing kids again. So, I was good at that, and I thought I can teach. And I was making videos for companies, like how-to tutorial type videos. I was already making those for people through my freelance business. So I thought I should move like what I do. I should start a YouTube channel so I can start teaching people how to do what I do, how to make money online, or how to grow a business online, or how to edit videos, right? I didn't know I was going to get into how to do YouTube, because at the time I didn't know how to do YouTube. I was starting YouTube myself as well. So I did that I started my channel in 2020, January 2021. So what's that, 4 years ago, 4.5 years ago, something like that. I ran it for 3.5 years on and off. Like I would give up for 6 months, 12 months, whatever. But, I was going slowly for a while. And then I really decided to go hard at it and started talking about YouTube about a year ago. And that's when things kind of took off for me. So anyway, that's why I started. I hope that helps. Dania B. Thoughts on how often to post? Namely, when you have a video performing well, do you let it ride? Also, how many days apart should we post? Actually, first I want to acknowledge Liquid Hour DNB for the super chat. Thank you very much. You guys hear that? I'm sweating. I forgot to turn the air on. It's getting warm here. Hey, Rob, thanks for making cool videos and inspiring people. No problem, Liquid Hour. I appreciate that. Thank you. Really appreciate that. Okay, back to Dania's question. Thoughts on how often to post. When you have a video performing well, do you let it ride? So, yeah, that's a good question. Yes, I do let it ride. And in fact, I had a chat with my ChatGPT about this like a month ago because I had a video that was doing well. I said, yeah, hold off on releasing that next one. Just see what happens here. Because I guess what could happen is once YouTube kind of moves away from your own subscribers and is putting your video or your thumbnail in front of potential new viewers who haven't seen you before, they can only do that for one of your videos at a time. Like you're not going to have two, like if somebody opens up their YouTube homepage, right, and YouTube wants to suggest a video of yours to them, there's probably only, 9 or 16 choices that you can see on the YouTube homepage at one time. YouTube's not going to give 2 of those spots to you. So that's why I would hold off, like let your well-performing video ride a little bit for a few days, or until you notice it start to drop off before you post that next one. That's what I would do. But other than that, if that's not a concern, like on a regular basis, if you don't have a video that's popping off like that, honestly, I like 3 videos a week. I know it's a lot, and I myself haven't been doing that lately, but there's been times that I have done that for a long period of time, 3 a week. But I'd say at least 1 a week. That's my personal opinion. I personally like to try to get 2 a week plus my live streams. That's what I'm aiming for. This week it'll only be 1, I think. Maybe 2. No, I'm going to make one tonight, and I'm going to post it tomorrow morning. That's Wednesday. I may still do one Friday. Okay, so unless the one I post tomorrow morning starts popping off and doing really well, even if I have a video ready Friday morning, but I see this other video still getting a lot of views, I may hold off till Monday. I generally don't post on the weekends. I have, but they haven't really done that great for me. So, live and learn, right? So those are my thoughts on that. Let's see. Journey Mitchell, I started a YouTube channel in the past, but haven't posted in years. Should I just rename the old channel or start a new channel and link the old one? Subject matter would be adjacent. So similar, I guess. If the subject matter is similar, then you could just post on that old channel, right? More accurately, if the audience is similar. So think of it this way too. If it's been like 10 years and you were targeting, 18-year-olds, but now those 18-year-olds are almost 30 years old, then maybe the content you're making isn't for 30-year-olds, it's for 18-year-olds, then you might want to consider a new channel. As far as you saying and link them together, I wouldn't even worry about that. I wouldn't worry about linking them together because every video, right, like it's not going to help really. Every video kind of stands on its own. So if you have another channel linking to that and trying to send more traffic to that, I wouldn't think that way at all. I would just focus on making new videos, whether it's on your existing channel or a new one. Make new videos and try to make each video better than the last is what I would do. Introvert in Alaska. I had no idea when I began my channel that I would connect with so many other creators. That's a cool part of it, isn't it? I love that. It helped me not to feel alone. Did you have the same experience? Yes, I would even say I'm having the same experience. And it's fantastic. It's great. Meeting lots of people, meeting new friends who I chat with, email with some, right? It's great. And even the coaching side of it, just by the coaching that I'm doing, I'm meeting people that way. And, furthering relationships and getting to, chatting with them on an ongoing basis. You learn from other creators. Like, I don't think of this whole creator journey as me competing with other people doing the same thing that I'm doing. I don't look at anybody else as competition. I don't have competition. That's the way I look at it. If somebody else wants to make a video that is talking about the same thing I'm talking about, great. and I wish them the best of luck. It may do much better than mine. It may do not as well as mine. Either way, though, it doesn't matter. Like it's all good, because here's the way I think about this. I'm not trying to go get subscribers who are already subscribed to somebody else's channel and bring them over here. Okay? Because they may not like the way I present myself, the way I talk. I only want people subscribing to my channel who want to hear from me and the way I talk. Like, not everybody likes the way I talk. Not everybody likes the fact that I'm male, the fact that I'm in my 50s, right? Some people would rather watch and listen to a woman in her 30s or 20s, or a guy in his 80s, right? Like, so, the world is huge. The markets, it's huge out there. And as soon as you start worrying about, I'm competing against somebody else, it's not like that at all. You just have to make your own way. So yeah, not concerned about that stuff at all. I don't know if I answered your question. Did I have the same experience? Yes. So my point was, I actually get together with some of these other creators on a regular basis, and we kind of compare notes, have chats, learn from each other, right? Everybody's doing this in a slightly different way, and it's all good. There's no one right way to do this, to do YouTube. There's many ways, and we can learn from each other. So that's what I love about this. Let me recognize Jimmy for the super chat. Thank you, Jimmy. Thank you, Jimmy. I really appreciate that. Actually, can I, let's see if I can pop this up on, where did you go? There you are. There we go. Pop it up on screen. Thank you very much, Jimmy. I really appreciate that. Now let me answer your question. Do you recommend making lower effort videos at first to avoid burnout while gaining trust, putting in real effort but getting no impressions? Don't know if I love the term low effort. Actually, when I hear that term, I'm reminded of a couple of the videos I made, a couple weeks ago about the whole low effort AI type videos that YouTube is starting to crack down on. And once again, and I've had to explain this several times, I don't mean AI videos equal low effort. The point was, low effort videos are quite often AI, because AI is making it easier to make low effort, repetitive videos. When I hear that term, that's kind of what I think. So if you're talking about you want to make like a whole bunch of videos really fast and use AI to do that, then no, I would not suggest you do that at all. People are kind of turned off by that, and YouTube is starting to crack down on that. But if what you mean is maybe your skill set isn't quite up as high as you would like it to be, and you feel like you've got a lot to learn, so maybe you should wait until you know a little bit more about video editing, and maybe wait until you're better at talking to the camera and all these things before you make your videos, then no, I don't suggest you wait. I suggest you start right now. If that's what you mean by low effort, I wouldn't call that low effort though. I would call that what's that term I used? Start clumsy. Just start. Doesn't matter. Warts and all, I say sometimes. That's cool. People like that. It's not that they like that. A lot of people are impressed that you even try. Like, there's a lot of people out there who want to start a YouTube channel who haven't yet. Like, a lot. So if you can be one of the ones that actually starts, right? If your video doesn't look all that good, if it's not up to the standards that you will want your videos to be in the future, it's okay. You're going to grow. You're going to get better. And the only way to get better actually is to start posting, even if your first videos are crappy. So that's what I would do. Even if you're not getting impressions. Yep, absolutely. And then just, try to speak to the same audience every time. Don't confuse YouTube by switching topics too much. Try to stay within a niche, target an audience, because that's how YouTube will start to learn who you're trying to reach. All right, so thanks again, Jimmy. I've got another super chat from Dania. Dania or Dania. I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce that, but thank you very much. I appreciate that. Let me answer your question. Do you ever target outliers, titles, for example, as a way to come up with video ideas? Also, do you plan ahead with video ideas? So outliers, yes, that's a good idea to target outliers. I've got a few titles that I've used over the year that I was inspired by other titles, other videos that were doing well. Okay, so there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, there's no copyright laws on titles or the types of titles that you can use. So yeah, no, I've absolutely done that. But then you put your own spin on it, right? The title doesn't have to look exactly the same as other titles. The last video I made, actually, what was it? I've got 59 seconds, right? Several people had done videos like that, almost exactly like that. But my content was different. I took inspiration for the thumbnail. I wanted my thumbnail to look a little bit different than my other ones. So it was this one here. Actually, it's probably best if I show. Yeah, this one right here. I have 59 seconds. There were several other channels that did that. Let me just search for I have 59 seconds. There you go. So, oh, I did that. So let me bring this down here. Another tab. Okay, I have 59 seconds. I just searched for that and scroll down. Boom, there's one right there. 245,000 views, and he's got 696,000 subs. Great performing video 12 days ago. 6 months ago, another guy right here, 2.4 million views. He's only got 74,000 subscribers. So that was a big time outlier for him. Another one here, 3 million views. He's got 1.7 million subscribers. So big creator, but you can get inspiration from these, but the content's got to be yours, right? So, and mine was. So it was just me with the help of ChatGPT and some other quotes that I had kind of written down that I had gotten from either that I've used in previous videos or that I've gotten from commenters in my comments. You get inspiration from some of those things, and then do it in your own style. For me, I went up on the top of the hill where I record a lot of my videos, and I talked to my camera, and I delivered, I think, one sentence at a time, and then I had to edit it together because I think that video was 5 minutes long until I edited it down to 1 minute. I am starting to sweat. It's warm here. Do I plan ahead with my video ideas? Yes and no. As soon as I plan ahead with my video ideas, I end up breaking that plan because something will pop up in my head based on comments that I get that I'm answering questions, and I'll think, that is a great video. I'm going to make that right now, right? So I do that a lot. I have a list of like 50 titles that is not getting any smaller because I hardly ever go to it for my ideas. So anyway, thanks again, Dania. Who else we got in here? Let me go back to the cues, see where I was here. Here we go. T. Lopez, how do I overcome the fear of people judging me if I start on YouTube? It's kind of up to you. I mean, I can give you I can try to help motivate you, and I can give you, I've got videos that I've made talking about this. But the bottom line is it's got to be you. You've got to do it. You've got to take the plunge yourself. If you can just understand that when people judge you, it's nothing against you. Like you're not, I guess you are the reason. I mean, it's not your fault. Okay. Typically the person judging has a problem. Maybe something is going wrong in their life, right? Maybe their marriage has fallen apart. Maybe they want to start a YouTube channel and it's just not working for them. Maybe they want to make videos and they're just not able to. They're scared. Maybe they see your success and they're jealous. Or maybe if you're not even successful yet, but you've actually posted a video or 2 or 5 or whatever, and they just haven't posted anything yet, they're going to be upset. Jeez, I can't believe he's doing it and I can't. And they may lash out. So it's the whole bully mentality, like in grade 1, grade 2, kindergarten, like elementary school, whatever you call it, where you're watching from. Right? Some kids will be mean. Most will grow out of it as they grow up, but some don't. Some adults are still still act like children. Quite frankly, some adults still act like children, and some adults will always act like children. And that's not anything that you should have to deal with or fix. It's not up to you to do that. You shouldn't have to deal with that. So delete those comments, right? Or sorry, now I'm talking about comments. If you're judged in comments, but if it's in real life situation, you know, I mean, I was like that a little bit. I made a video maybe a month ago or so when I told one of my friends, a longtime friend, that I've got a YouTube channel, and he was kind of like, what? Like, why are you doing that? And, you know, he didn't really put me down for it, but, you know, some people will. And, you know, but, you know, based on his reaction, I knew not to really take it any farther. It's like, you know, and I don't need to tell him about it. Like, again, remember, the people in your life, the people closest to you are 99% of the time, they're not the people who are going to make your channel successful. Not because they don't support you, but because they just aren't the right people. Let YouTube find the right people. They're probably all over the world, and they're probably not even in your hometown, right? The people who really resonate with your videos. That's what you focus on. So whatever people you know, family, friends, even if they love you to the moon and back, whatever, you know, their opinions on your channel don't matter at all. At all. In fact, a lot of times, you know, the more people love you, the closer they are to you, like close family, you know, if anything, they may be afraid for you if they think it's a risky route to take. Like, no, you should get like a real job instead of trying this whole YouTube thing, right? If you're younger, right? Sometimes that happens. But that's kind of born out of love anyways. It's not, anyways, I probably talked enough about that. But how do you overcome it? You just have to be the one. You have to be the one to overcome it. And some of these things, just keep reminding yourself, I'm not doing anything wrong here. It's not me. They've got the problem. Let's just focus on making videos and having fun with this hobby and making content for the people who want to see this stuff and focus on them. Alrighty. Cindy Sellers, best advice for hooks. I mainly focus on cooking videos, but I have yet to show my face. And they are all shorts, but I want to start long form soon. Yep. So, as you may or may not know, I'm big into long form videos. Shorts and long form are two different games, completely different games. I have a short that's actually doing very well right now, and it's kind of funny because it's a short that I did on DaVinci Resolve, comparing free versus paid versions of DaVinci Resolve, and I made it like a year and a half ago, before I got back into making Camtasia videos, and I use Camtasia. I experimented with DaVinci Resolve, and I used it for a lot of my client work through Fiverr, and I used it, I think, to make one of my videos on this channel, but I have since moved on. I've moved back to Camtasia, which is what I love and I'm better at. So yeah, I don't actively recommend DaVinci Resolve. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but just that because I find it a little harder to use. It's way better in terms of you can do a lot more with it than Camtasia, but it's just not my thing. Anyway, my point is I got a short on that's doing quite well. Okay, it's getting like 500 views a day now, every day. And it's up to, I don't know what it was, 40,000 views or something. But 40,000 views from a short, and that's my best one, has made me $4 in the last year and a half. So, you know, unless you're going to get shorts making you millions of views, you're not going to make much money from them. Whereas long form, right? If you get 500,000 views from a long form video, I don't know what the math is, but let's say you get 500,000 views divided by 1,000. So 500 times, I don't know, $8 per 1,000. That's $4,000. Okay. Now the $8, depending on what your channel is, you could be making anywhere from $2 to $25 or $30 per 1,000. That's RPM. I usually shake out between $6 and $9, somewhere in there, depending on the video. But yeah, so it's just a lot harder to make shorts. But I'm not answering your question. Best advice for hooks. My best advice is to make sure your first sentence in a video is delivered clearly and quickly and that you get into the meat of the video right away. Like don't introduce yourself in the first minute, right? Just start delivering results right away. And don't tell people, stick around to the end because the last tip that I'm going to give you is the best one. I don't like that, and I don't think it works. I mean, it has worked, but today I think people just know you're trying to trick them to watch the whole thing. So give them your best tip first, your second best tip second, and so on. In doing that, that might hook them in. Okay? So spend a little more time on the editing of your first 30 seconds. Try to make that nice and tight. Even mine, where I don't do a lot of editing in my walk and talk videos, the first minute I kind of do. I kind of scrunch that up a little bit. I take out any pauses or ums and ahs in that first sentence or two, just to make sure that, I've started to deliver some content and now people know what this video is about. All right, so I hope that helped. Mariella, what's better when recording from your iPhone, front facing or back camera? Always your back camera. This one here. Well, where is it? Over here. That one. Because if you use your front camera, okay, if you use that one, the tendency is going to be for you to look at yourself, right? The selfie camera. And if you're looking at yourself, you're not looking at the lens, because the lens is like a little green dot way over to the side. Now, on a Samsung, it might be different, or on an Android. But your lens is going to be somewhere around the perimeter of your phone, not in the middle. So, but you typically look in the middle when you look at the selfie camera. So that's one thing. But even if you could get past that and make sure you're looking at the lens, this is not as good a camera as the back one. Like, see how, like, the back camera on today's phones, the lenses on the back, they stick off more, right? Like there's more stuff in there. It's a better lens, like much better, instead of this little tiny thing that's sitting on the motherboard inside the phone, right? That's not as good a camera, even though it can do 4K, today's phones. They're still not as good. So yeah, always use the back one. And don't worry if, like, the next question usually is, well, how can I tell if I'm in frame if I use the back camera? I'm sweating. And my answer to that is you can't. I mean, yeah, there's some like Bluetooth screens you can get relatively cheaply that kind of attach to the back of your phone. But I mean, that'll add weight to your phone. You'll get used to it. So like for me, I know that if I just angle this a certain way, okay, because I've done it enough, you can kind of tell when you're looking at the phone. You can kind of tell when that's facing you. Like this, my head would be cut off. If I do it like this, maybe you're only seeing the top part of my head. So do it a couple times, test it, and hold it where you think you have to hold it. Record for 30 seconds, and then have a look and see how close you were. And you do that a few times, you'll get used to it. But let me say this too. Because I've done this. I thought I was holding it in the right place one time, and I wasn't. A lot of times, a bit of the top of my head was cut off. I still posted the video, and it still did just fine. Not out of the ordinary bad. And the reason is, if you're doing a walk and talk, people aren't really even necessarily looking at you. They're more listening to you, and perhaps even looking at the background if you're walking around, right? So again, comes back to one of the earlier points that was made. A lot of people today are watching videos on their TVs, right? Just with it on while they're doing other things around the house. Another common way to watch my videos, I'm hearing, is people will put their headphones in while they're working or while they're going for a walk, and they'll just listen to me instead of watching. So, then it doesn't matter if I'm even in frame at all, right? Alrighty. How am I doing? Am I missing anything really, really important in the current chat? Steve says, yeah, I often cut off the top of my head doing walk and talks. I just publish it anyways. All the viewers missing is a baseball hat. Absolutely. And when you see yourself and you notice that you've done that, the next time you'll probably angle your phone a little bit differently. So you learn from that. Garden Call Me. Thank you for these live streams. They feel so helpful and real for those of us just starting out on YouTube. This kind of support truly means a lot. Grateful for the honesty and heart behind it all. I appreciate that. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoy these. I do too. They're a lot of fun. All right. Let's see. What else do we got here? North Wet Coast. Question. I am new here. Can you please recap the video content you made before How to Start on YouTube channel? So for the first 3.5 years, I made content mostly on Camtasia, how to edit videos. Okay. And it wasn't just like YouTube videos. It was, in fact, mostly it wasn't YouTube videos. It was like how-to videos, because Camtasia was it was software designed to help make better video tutorials, okay, for like schools and universities and corporations and whatnot. So screen recording, things like that. So I made videos on that and did a few different things here and there and kind of struggled with it for 3.5 years. So that's what I did before moving on to YouTube. Curious why the rear camera from iPhone is better to record. It's just better quality. You could do a comparison. If you record from the back camera and the selfie camera and compare them, like move around, right? And then compare the two, you'll see the difference. There's a huge difference. So I restarted my channel in May and am now monetized. Awesome. Way to go, Ronnie. I picked a random day time to upload weekly, Wednesday at 10 a.m. But my people are most active on Saturday and Sunday. Should I change when I upload? So there's no right answer to that. What I would do is I would try it. You know, maybe there's a week where you post it early and post on a weekend. Or maybe there's a week where you post 2 videos. One of them is like a special Sunday morning video, right? Just to see what happens. I personally, like on my channel, I notice I don't get as many views on the weekends as I do during the week. But you know, that might have more to do with who's watching my videos and what they're interested in and where they're watching from. And the demographic of your viewers might be totally different. And the only way to truly find out is to try it, like test it out. So that's what I would do. And I have done. And I continue to do. Like you can't kind of land on an answer and that be the answer for the end of time, okay? I learned like a year ago that my weekend videos don't do as well, but every once in a while I'll still post one just to see, right? Because, there might be other reasons those videos didn't do well. It might not just be because of the time of day. Maybe that content wasn't as interesting. Maybe I didn't make the video as well. Maybe the video was too long, and maybe it was longer than my normal videos, or maybe it was too short, right? There's so many different things. So it's good to keep trying. Just always try new things. Different days, different times even. Try to post one. So you mentioned 10 a.m., I think? Yeah, so I kind of settled on 10 a.m., Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at one time, but lately I'll post one in the afternoon. Not usually at night. I think 6 p.m. is the latest I've gone, but just to see if something works. So good luck with that. Catherine has a question. If you put oh no, it wasn't. You were helping out. Thank you, Catherine. I appreciate that. And I just looked at the current chat, and Catherine said, I use Prism Live to go live from my iPhone. That's what I use too when I go live outside of this office. In fact, I'm going to do that. I'm going to go, what's my schedule like tomorrow? Oh, I've got the members live stream. I may do another live stream tomorrow night. Go to the beach or something, because I haven't done one of those in a while, like an extra live stream. Tomorrow or maybe the next day. So we'll see. At a different time, so tomorrow's at 2 o'clock or 1 o'clock Eastern is the dock party, the members live stream, and I'm going to do that. But then every once in a while, I like to do, as I was just talking to Ronnie about testing, I like to do a live stream at an odd time, odd for me. So either early in the morning or getting into the evening, right? It might find some new viewers that way. And also, I get viewers from all over the world, Catherine being somebody from New Zealand, but there's other people all over the world that watch my channel, and they can't participate in my live streams because of when I do it. So, like Australia or Asia, 2 p.m. here might be 2 a.m. there. Okay, so but if I do one in the evening, like I don't know, like 8 o'clock. So what's that? So 6 hours later here, that might help get some more people. So something else to try. Oh, okay. Don't tell me this is not working. You guys still hear me? Yeah, it looks like it's still working. Looks like it was buffering though, but let me know if you guys can hear me and see me okay. Beach would be nice. Crystal Star said, yeah, that's I've done that before. Yes, a beach live stream, Introvert in Alaska. I did my live stream from the beach. Almost 200 watching. Yeah, wow, 183. I loved your sailing video with your dad and daughter. Yes, that was fun. That was fun a couple months ago. I'd like to do that again. Although Dad just had surgery in his eye, so he can't go out right now. All right, how soon after I published my first video? Finally published first yesterday. Way to go, Super Ager. Should I start live streaming? You know, you can start at any time, really. You may even find, all good, Rob, all good here. Yep, I hear you. Awesome, good. So again, guys, if I do disappear, know that I'm trying to come back, and it may come back. You guys can still chat, but that's happened now 2 of my last 3 live streams where it's just kicked me out. But should I start live streaming? How soon? Anytime, really. Just know that you need 50 subscribers before you can live stream from your phone. But if you're going to live stream from a computer, then you can do it anytime. I think live streaming is one of the best ways to help grow a channel. Like, not alone, not live streams alone, but paired with regular videos that you release, hopefully at least weekly is what I like to see. Weekly videos plus, you know, a weekly live stream together. That's awesome. That's awesome. And that'll turbocharge the growth of a channel, as long as your content is good or getting better, right? I just signed up for StreamYard services. Do you think is worth it? StreamYard's great. Yep. I personally use Ecamm Live, which is software on a Mac, and it's only available for Mac. But I have used StreamYard before, and it's great. It's very popular. A lot of people use it. It also allows you to display people's chats, like I'm showing yours right now, Mariella. You can do that with StreamYard. You don't have quite as much freedom in laying out your scenes in StreamYard as you do on software like Ecamm that's on your computer. But if that's not a concern to you, then StreamYard, you should be totally fine with that. Just logged in, so I don't know if you've answered this question. I'd like to know your thoughts on vidIQ and or TubeBuddy. Are they worth investing in my business to sign up for a paid sub? I don't know what you mean by sub, but, or subscription. Sorry, yes, subscription. When I hear sub, I think of subscriber. But anyway, yeah, no, they're both good. vidIQ, TubeBuddy, both 2 very popular ways, tools to help you research channels and titles, keyword research, stuff like that. I don't tend to use, so I have vidIQ, okay? In fact, I'm a partner with vidIQ, and you can use my link if you want to sign up for it. But I would recommend at least getting the free version, because you can see a lot of stuff. Let me just show you. If I share my screen again. So this over here, vidIQ has what's it called? A browser extension, Chrome browser extension that you can you know, download or set up in your Chrome, and it'll give you extra information when you're browsing YouTube and in your YouTube studio. So this is one of my YouTube videos, okay? So it gives you this up here, and you can drop this down, and it'll show you views. So that it'll say this channel has 3.3 million views, and here's how it got there, okay? You want to look at the subscribers, that's how many, 74.8 thousand, and this is how it got there. And it's not just my channel, it's anybody's channel. Let's go, let me see, let's go, here, let's go, Catherine Price, how's that? There's Catherine. So I can go here, and I hope you don't mind me doing this, just shows, but you can start to click on a video, and it'll show. So Catherine's a relatively new channel, 774 subs, way to go, Catherine. And you can see, you know, her path to getting there. I don't really know what these lines are when it dips down like that, but any channel, you can get that information. And then on your in your YouTube studio, It'll also give you other information, like if you're answering comments, you go to the community here. In the comments, it'll show you how many subscribers, okay, that commenter has, okay? So I love all these little things that adds to the channel, or to your YouTube studio and YouTube. So that's why I have vidIQ, but it does have also a lot of other tools you can use. I can't speak too much to the specifics of the paid version and what you get with that. I know it's a lot of keyword research. I tend to use ChatGPT more myself, and just the YouTube website, the search bar, like I talked about earlier. So I hope that helps. All right, Nicola is here. Not a question, but just wanted to tell you 3 months, 9 days today. I'm almost monetized. Awesome. I'm just hours away. Awesome. Been a great journey. Thank you for everything. Also, beautiful community. Yeah, it's a lot of fun here. It is a lot of fun here. And yeah, congrats, Nicola. You deserve that. Your cooking videos make me hungry every time I see one. Midlife dream, Miles, is it worth it to pivot from any niche and do a mini series like Why Start YouTube Over 40 to reach a broader audience and maybe attract others exploring your new channel? No. So if you have an existing channel, then that may not work unless that was your audience. Okay, so here, let me bring that up here. Go down here. Here, there's this question here from Miles. So, is it worth it to pivot from any niche and do a mini series like Why Start YouTube Over 40? So, no, because any videos you make on your channel need to be targeted towards the same audience that you had been targeting with your videos. Okay? The reason why a pivot like that works or worked for me is because I was already making videos for people who were over 40 who potentially could want to start a YouTube channel, because the videos I was making was how to edit videos with Camtasia, which was an older piece of software, tended to be used by older people, okay? Younger people were all using CapCut and iMovie and, even DaVinci Resolve, like the newer ones. Camtasia's been around a long time, like over 20 years. And it has only in the last 5, 6, 7 years or so kind of morphed into more of a video editing platform and not just a glorified screen recorder, okay? So the people who use Camtasia tend to be older, all right? And that's where the whole, now over 40 was a trending term when I came up with that video, the video where I pivoted, but the reality is my existing audience at the time were over 40 and were making videos. They were making videos for other people, most of my audience. So I thought, what else could my audience be interested in? That's what you have to ask yourself. So if you have an existing channel and you're making videos for specific people, and if you're thinking you want to make a pivot, then my suggestion would be think of your audience, try to define them, try to think, okay, how old are they typically? Are they male? Are they female? What are they interested in? This is what I'm making my videos about, but what else are they likely interested in? And then let that be your guide when deciding what pivot to make, what to pivot to, what else to try on them that might help grow your channel and might help you reach new people, okay? So that's the way to go about it, because no, not like you mentioned when you say do a mini series like Why Start a YouTube Channel Over 40. Yeah, okay. So you can do a mini series on another pivoted topic that might not be exactly like what mine was, but something else that maybe is trending or maybe your audience might be interested in. That's the way I would look at it. But then to answer the broader question of should you pivot to try new things, I would say yes. Yeah, try new things for sure. Especially if you feel like your channel is kind of stagnating and not growing like you think it should or like you would want it to, that's when you want to try new things. Okay, so I hope that helps, Miles. All right, let's see. I'm right at the end now, kind of going backwards now. So we'll take a question from It's Just Amy Poo. I started 17 years ago and have over 18,000 subscribers. Congrats. I was in my late 20s, early 30s back then. I'm 48 now, not as much traffic as before, but it's picking up. Does YouTube delete inactive subscribers? I don't believe they do. No. So yeah, so yeah, if you started 17 years ago, you likely have a lot of inactive subscribers, and you can't delete them. YouTube doesn't give us as creators the ability to delete subscribers. It's all got to come from the subscriber end. YouTube will delete subscribers if if they're breaking rules, or if they were created by bots, things like that. Well, now, do they delete inactive subscribers? Now I'm wondering if they do. If they do, I don't. Let me find. Let's ask ChatGPT, shall we? Why not? I'll share this with you guys. So let's do this and do this. Does YouTube delete inactive subscribers? So I'm using ChatGPT here, and I don't know how to spell. Let me go back here and fix that. Let's just see what ChatGPT says together, shall we? YouTube does not remove inactive subscribers manually as a feature, but it does periodically delete inactive Google accounts, some of which may be subscribed to your channel. Okay, there you go. How do they define inactive? An inactive subscriber refers to not to people who don't watch your videos, but to Google accounts that are old, unused, or fake, which may still remain subscribed to channels. Okay? A Google account is considered inactive if it hasn't been used for at least 2 years. Okay, there you go. Hasn't been used for 2 years. Google reserves the right to delete such accounts and their content, including subscriptions. Okay? So there we go. Learned something new. Thank you for the question. I didn't know the answer. I thought I knew the answer, but then I was thinking, is this right? All right. What else we got? Here, let's go QQQ again. Let's see. Silver Vixen Gaming, I would love to go live, but don't understand how to do so. Okay, I'm getting another error message. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. What? Anyway, let me know if there's problems. Not that I would know what to do with it, but I would love to go live, but don't understand how to do so. Yeah, so I can't really answer that. I guess it's not really a question, but learn. It's not as difficult as you might think, right? So there are things. I mean, there are courses. There are videos. I haven't made a live streaming video yet, but it's something I'm working on. There's lots of videos out there where you can learn how to live stream. Yeah, Rob, I'm getting the spinning wheel a little bit, Steve says. Okay. Small outages, nothing serious. All right. Fingers crossed. We hang on here. All right, let's move on to another question. What strategy should be used when creating YouTube membership levels and price? And what is the best number of membership levels? Thank you. So as far as levels go, it's kind of up to you. I wanted to keep mine relatively simple. When I first launched mine, I had 2 levels, but then decided fairly quickly against the second higher one and just 1 level. Keeps things simple, because currently the only benefit I give my members is the additional twice a month members only live streams. Okay. Other options that you could do, you could release, like when you post a new video, you could give it access only to members for the first couple days or first week if you wanted to. I don't want to do that. When I post a video, I want it out there for the world. So maybe I'm just impatient that way. But if that's something you want to do, then that's something you can do. But yeah, I like 1 level, but it's a personal preference. I just like to keep it relatively simple. That's my thoughts behind that. All right, what else we got here? Did my question get lost? Oh, I think I answered yours, Amy, hopefully. How can newly created channels stay motivated during the low view stage? Okay, that's a great question. How can you stay motivated? I don't know if I have the answer to how. You have to stay motivated somehow. The easiest way, I would think, is that you have to enjoy it, right? You have to enjoy what you do because then you will stay motivated. You'll find the time, even if you're busy. You know, some people are working full-time jobs, have a young family at home, and they just don't have extra time. But, you know, so it might be harder for some than others to do this. So it's important that you enjoy it, right? You don't want it to be a hassle to oh, I got to make another video. It's been 2 weeks. I haven't come up with a video. What? Oh, I don't have the time. You know, like if that's the way it is with you, then, or with anybody, then perhaps YouTube isn't for them, right? It's got to be something you enjoy. And then you'll stay motivated, because then you're motivated for different reasons too, not just because you're, as you alluded to, you're right. You may not see the results you want as quickly as you want to. Most people don't get the results they want as quickly as they'd like to. Okay, so there you go. I hope that helped. I want to recognize Dania for the super chat. Thank you, Dania. Appreciate that. Your question is, I started my channel in October and I'm nearing 6,000 subs. Way to go. That's a lot for that. Yeah, just over 40 videos, monetized in 90 days, but I still struggle with scripting versus outlining. Tips. Congrats. That's fabulous growth. What can I say here? You struggle with scripting versus outlining. So I don't know what your channel's about or how you've been making your videos. I can talk about scripting versus outlining. I think you should just stick with outlines as much as possible and just talk off the cuff. Talk to the camera. And don't worry about scripting it. As soon as you script it and then start reading from a script, it's not going to sound natural for most people. Okay? So that's why I would prefer, like this little thing here. I'm just kind of writing on a cue card some title options for my next video, or actually these were going to be options for the thumbnail. I didn't quit, not an expert. Like that's all my title has to be. That's all my outline has to be sometimes. If I just write a title and maybe I want to think about how to start the video. But then that's really all. If you can get to a point where that's all you need, just 1 or 2 sentences to kind of get you going, and then just talk about it. Answer that question. If this, like this, not an expert. I don't consider myself an expert in YouTube, right? That's one of the videos I want to make. Some of you might think, oh, you're an expert. You know what? You know all this stuff. There's a lot I don't know. I'm just sharing my experience. So there's a video there. I can make a video about that, and I can talk about that for probably 15 or 20 minutes, right? So if you can get to a point where you can just talk about something like that, then you know, if you need some bullet points or an outline just to make sure you don't miss a few things, then sure, write down maybe 3 or 4 or 5 points on your outline so you don't miss things, and maybe that's all you need. You guys still here? I think you are. But yeah, that's what I would suggest, Dania. If you still struggle with that, I encourage you to keep working on just going with the outline. Stay away from the scripts if you can, unless you're a really good actress and you know you're able to read from a teleprompter and have it sound authentic. But most people can't do that. All right. All right. Let me take a quick little drink here. How are we doing? How are we doing for time? It's been 1 hour and 20 minutes already. Wow. Wow. I'm wondering if we lost connection for a little bit. Still got 179 people here. That's awesome. The crew is here. We're missing Naz, though. Naz. Yeah, I haven't seen Naz. JB is in the house. How you doing, Jay? Good to see you. Jay, you've been doing well. Steve Brocky's in the house. Is that you, Lego? Brick Tours NI. But yeah, it's the Lego Tours logo, avatar. Welcome. It's JJ as a question, but what if you script like the way you talk? It should come over as natural, or does it not work that way? It may work that way for you, JJ, but it didn't for me. Okay, I tried to script it exactly the way I would say things, but it still just did not sound like me. And it's obvious. It's very obvious to viewers, even if you think it might not be obvious to you. But just the fact, like right there, I'm thinking of what to say next, and I'm kind of looking all over, kind of scanning like that. That would all go away if you're reading from a script. So that's the other thing. Like, if you're reading from a teleprompter, it's all scripted out, and you're kind of staring at the camera the whole time. Like, think about when you're talking to a friend. If a friend comes over, you're sitting in the living room or outside on the porch or something, and you're having a chat. When you're doing the talking, do you look at the person dead in the eyes while you're talking the whole time? Like, just stare at the person while you're talking? Probably. Well, if you do, maybe you do, but I don't. Like, if I talk, I do this. Like, my eyes will go down there, or they'll go up here. I talk with my hands a lot. Yeah, to me, that's more natural. But I can't do this if there's a script I got to be reading, right? I've got to be looking at the lens because the script will be right there. So, there's... And if it's natural for you to kind of look away, then you're going to have to come back to see what the next sentence was. So, I don't know. For me, it didn't work. For me to be natural, to be authentic, I have to be able to look around, I guess. So there you go. Jam Journey. I never write scripts. I just wing it. Yep, that's what. And let me back up a little bit. This is me now. Okay? 13 months ago, I needed a script. It was only 13 months ago. I needed a script. I needed to know what to say. It was July 5th last year was the first time I made a video where I just looked at the camera and talked off the cuff with an outline taped to my tripod. Okay, that was only 12, 13 months ago. I just forced myself to do it, and the results were amazing, right? That video, now maybe the content has something to do with it, maybe the title has something to do with it, but that video did really well, really well. It's still my best video, views-wise. But the ones I was making with a script, I was trying my best, and I think I was getting better at talking, reading a script, but making it appear semi-natural. But it was hard work too. Like, I got to the point where I was just doing that in my intros and the outros, the endings, but the middle part where I was demonstrating and sharing my screen, I kind of talked my way through that. But still, I had to edit those videos heavily because I would pause and I would forget what I wanted to say and I'd refer to my notes and it just took a long time. But as soon as I made that video where I just talked to the camera off the cuff, just maybe glanced at my outline every once in a while, and I was honest about it, like I told people, I've got an outline right here, and if you see me look down, that's why. Like I said that. And I said, I'm going to try to do this without reading a script. I hope it goes well. Now, maybe that was a bit of a cliffhanger and people stuck around just to see if I messed up or not. That might have been part of it too. The fact I had my cat, Peanut, behind me, that might have been part of it too. If she got up and stretched and moved around, people, cat lovers might notice that and say, oh, what's the cat going to do next? And they may stick around longer. So it might have been a combination of a whole bunch of different things, and I'll probably never know exactly what one thing it was because it probably wasn't just one thing. Anyway, I'm just talking now. I'm just blabbing. I hope that's okay. Thank you, Mariella. Steve, practice is the key to delivering better in your videos, getting more comfortable, etc. Yeah, practice, 100%. Because even if I look at that video now, if I go back and I look at that video now, I feel like I've come a long way even since then. Like, I wasn't doing walk and talk videos then either. That was just sitting in that chair back there. It was another August, September. I guess it was another 2 months later that I decided to try doing a walk and talk. It's all about being comfortable. Like, how are you most comfortable talking to a friend? Do you go for a walk with them and talk? Or do you sit on the porch outside and have a heart-to-heart chat with your friend? If somebody came over and wanted to have a chat with you, and wanted your advice, would you say, let's go sit by the campfire and have a chat? Or would you say, let's come on into the kitchen and have a sit down and have a chat? Or would you say, let's go for a walk and let's just have a chat? What is it for you, right? It's probably different for everybody. You know, my first crack at it was there in that chair, and that worked okay. It worked really well, actually. It was still my best performing video. But me personally, I actually feel more comfortable if I'm outside and just, you know, holding the camera and walking or standing outside. But I'm comfortable without other people around, I'll tell you that. I'd rather not there be people watching me do this. Otherwise, I'm not as comfortable. But you just have to find what makes you at ease, what makes you feel more comfortable, and then give that a shot and see how it goes. Tiff Solstice, do you have videos about how or where to organize all the recordings? I majored in film theater production. We had Super 8 film then, LVD editing, find the cost and learning digital, my biggest speed bump. Yeah, so you edit videos totally differently now than you did. So I'm actually working on something. I say that a lot, but it is one of the videos I need to make on how I organize my files, and the backup solution and all that's digital. So I don't even know what it was with Super 8. You obviously do. Yeah, no, I guess my best advice would be create a folder called My Projects, okay? And then within that folder, create a folder for every project, every video, okay? Every video that you want to make, or that you make, call that a project. And the way let me share this with you. If I go back to the screen that I can share, and I'm going to bring down my Finder window. So maybe I should get rid of that. This is looking a little bit busy, and I'll get rid of that. Okay, so here's my project. Okay, My Projects Current. It's a folder in my Documents folder on my computer. This is a Mac, but similar thing in Windows. Inside my Projects folder, I have a project folder for each video that I make. Okay, well that one stays there all the time, but and the way my nomenclature, the way I name my folders are with the date, so year, month, day, and then a space, and then what the title is. So these 59 seconds will change your life is what I thought the title of that was. Okay, so you create a folder for all these. You might be wondering, well, you've made more than 4 videos, Rob. Where are all your videos? Well, I've moved them off to an external hard drive. And I'm going to get to that in this video that I want to make. But just real quick, I'll just show you within each project folder, I've got other folders and some files. So I've got, the first one I create is the recordings folder. Okay, inside that is where all of the video recordings and audio recordings go. So if I double click in here, you can see I've got DJI audio files. That's from my DJI mic. These are from my iPhone. These are voiceover that I did right here. These are more iPhone videos. Okay, so they all live in my recordings folder. If I come back up, I've got an Epidemic Sound folder. If I go in there, there's the music I used in that video, which I downloaded from Epidemic Sound, the service that I use. I've got a thumbnail folder. Okay, I made a couple of thumbnails. I didn't know how long the video was going to be, so. And then this screenshot was just a screenshot of me in the video. Okay, and then this is my project folder or file. It's actually a folder, but anyway, my Camtasia for Mac project folder, CMPROJ. And then this is the actual video that I rendered. This is a take one. This was like a practice render. So everything lives in the project folder. So we come back out, that whole project was 29 gigabytes. Some of mine have been up over 150 gigabytes for one video. So you can imagine that can add up. So every week or so, I will offload my last 2 or 3 videos to an external drive, which backs up to another drive, and so on. I'll get into that another time. So that's what I do. All right. Let me put that back up there. What else we got going on? Let me see. Am I missing any? Am I missing anything? You guys, see, when I do these live streams, I feel like I'm kind of missing out on the party a little bit. Like you guys are having your own chat in there. I'm not able to keep up because I'm answering questions, which is what you're here for, which a lot of people are here for. So it's all good. Yeah, I don't know what else you guys are talking about because I miss it all. So let me just quickly jump in to see what I can jump in on. What do you think about running ads on your channel? Do you think it will hurt your channel, and why? Zachary Watson. What do I think about running ads on my channel? So I'm not exactly sure what you mean, but all of my videos, so when you monetize a video, when you're monetized by YouTube, right? My channel is monetized. That means I can turn monetization on or off for all of my videos, or each individually, and my live streams too. I currently have live monetization off on this live stream because I'm live now, and I wouldn't want you guys to miss anything that I say by an ad popping up. So I have them off right now. But as soon as this is over, I will turn them on so that ads will pop up. So my thoughts on ads on videos are, yes, turn them on. If you want to make money from your YouTube channel, from the partner program, you have to have monetization on, which means there's going to be ads on your videos. Now you just said like YouTube promotion or Google ads. So that's different. That's, well, it's not different. It's the same thing. Yes, I want ads to be on my videos so that I can make money from them through YouTube. But no, I will not buy ads to put my videos on other people's videos. I'm not going to use the YouTube promote system to get views, okay, for my videos. I'm not going to do that. There's a couple of good reasons. I made a video about that actually, which you should check out if you haven't seen that. Let's see, where is it? If I go back here, where was it? Promotion. Here. You know what? If you can't find something, use the search. Promote. If I just type that in, there it is right there. So now let me go back and find it in the channel. So it's down. This one. Is YouTube promotion worth it for new and small creators? 99% of the time, no, it is not worth it. Okay, so but watch that video. It's 10 minutes or so. But I'll tell you real quick why. If you promote your video, okay, with the intention of growing your channel, getting subs, getting views, and all that, you have to know the watch hours you get from those videos don't count towards monetization. Okay, so that's a big one. But also, and this is probably even worse, is YouTube won't be learning as well who you're trying to reach with your, like, organically, okay? Because you're going to be getting a bunch of traffic that, you know, if you go through YouTube, it's not going to be fake traffic, but it's not going to be as legitimate as somebody who actually found you and decided to click based on what they're searching for or based on what they already watched last time. They're not going to be actively clicking on your thumbnail to watch your video. It's going to be an ad that, for whatever reason, that piqued their interest. Oh, what's this? Click. And then your video starts, and they're like, ah, yeah, no, I'm not interested. Right? Then they're gone. Well, you just got a click to your video, and the watch time of that from that one click is going to be horrible. So that is going to drag down your average view duration. YouTube is going to think, you know, your video must be awful, so it's not going to push it out more because the stats they're getting back are that, you know, people aren't clicking, people aren't watching very long, so it must not be a good video. Furthermore, you know, you may get a whole bunch of new subscribers from these paid ads, right? You might be getting new subscribers, but are they real subscribers? Yeah, they're real subscribers, but, you know, they had to click to subscribe. But again, the initial reason why they got there is not as innocent as it would have been had it been organic. So they're not, call them synthetic subscribers. They're real people, but they may not be as interested as somebody who actively subscribed. Am I making sense? Watch that video. I think that video might help. All right. Who else we got? Catherine's still here. Bye, Jennifer. Paying for ads ruins your channel almost immediately. I've heard that. I've never done it, but I don't plan on it either. The only time, I mean, you might ask, well, then why is YouTube even offering it if it's going to hurt my channel? Well, the reason is, let's say I had another channel that all it did, or all it was for, was to promote a product or a service that I offer. Okay, then I might want to make a salesy type of video that all it did is promote my product, right? And I might want to pay to get that pushed out. Okay, I might want to make a video like that for Facebook ads as well, or Google ads, Google AdWords, or whatever they're called now. Right? So if I wanted to do something like that, let's say I made a product and I sell it for $50, and let's say that if I spend $100 in advertising cost, that I will bring in $300 in revenue, or better, or put better way, maybe if I spend $100, I earn $300 in profit. That's a good deal. I'm going to scale that up. I'm going to do that some more, but I would not want to do that on my main channel. I don't want to do that on my main channel because it's going to hurt organic growth. Okay, so there you go. Hope that helped. All right, what else we got? Getting thirsty here. Question from Steph. Oh, I hit the super chat button. I think I did that by mistake. All right, there you go, Steph. You got a super chat. I hit that with my finger when I put my drink down. How do I find my topics, especially when you are new to making videos? Okay, so how I find mine now is mostly through my comment section. But if you're new, I mean, you're going to want to brainstorm in the beginning to figure out what your have several topics in mind before you even start, and then it's a matter of trying to get your audience to converse with you. When you make a video, every time you make a video, you should try to get people to comment below. So whether you ask them questions or you just ask them to leave a comment, or however it is, I feel like the best way is to ask questions. Try to think of a video as a conversation you're having with your viewers, and try to involve them in that. Like, what do you think about this? And like, what video would you like to see me make next? And what about this video that I just made resonates with you the most? Is there something else you'd like to hear from me? Like, get in the habit of asking questions like throughout your video, and in time they will start. Your audience, your viewers, will start to comment, and some might be questions. Right? You can answer a question with another video. Right? I've done that before. In fact, most of my videos are based on comments that I get. But if somebody asks me a question, and if several people ask me the same question, then I know that, okay, that's probably a good video I can make. I'm going to add the video title could even be the question, and then the video itself would be me answering it. Okay, so that's what I would do. But I mean, you could also search YouTube, right? Use the YouTube search bar. Study other creators in your niche. Right? I'm assuming there's other creators in your niche, like see what works for them, and maybe put decide on what video to make that you think might be working well for them. Maybe you can make your own version of that video, right? Your own take on it. So those are some ideas. Was editing my next video while watching. Going to take a break now. What is your advice? Single session edit and upload, or take a break and come back with a fresh brain? Sometimes you need to take a break. George, sometimes you need to take a break. So that's totally fine. There's no one way that I do this. Sometimes I will do it in a single session. Other times I will take a break. If I'm too tired and it's getting late, I'll just go to bed, and if I get up at 6 and I edit from 7 to 8, I can have this out by 9, right? I'll kind of do that math. But yeah, sometimes you need a break. Like, take breaks when you feel like you need them. 100%. Do you think that posting every day as a new YouTuber is too much? Not always long form, but shorts as well. It's a lot. Shorts and longs. So let me say this too. I'm not a huge fan of shorts. I'll just say that. I have some on my channel, but let me put this a better way. I'm not a huge fan of trying to do both longs and shorts when you're trying to build a channel, okay? They're two different games, two completely different games, different ways to get paid by them, different viewer habits, okay? Different audiences. My suggestion, if somebody wants to start a YouTube channel, my suggestion is to pick one and focus on that. Whether it's shorts or longs, I feel like longs are better now for growing a channel. I mean, shorts, people can go to YouTube or Instagram or TikTok, right? Whereas long form videos, it's YouTube only. So that's my suggestion. Unless you are really good at making shorts and getting lots of views to your shorts, then maybe just stick with that. But if you're like, my focus is longs. I have done some shorts just for branding reasons, and I never put much effort into making them. I mean, there was, no. It's been months since I've uploaded shorts. Nothing against them. I just feel like the return that I get from them it's not worth it. And most of my viewers like my longer videos, like 20-minute videos, 15, 20 minutes. So if that's the kind of content my viewers like watching, they're not necessarily going to be watching shorts. So any new people I find through shorts are probably not going to be as interested in watching a 20-minute video. So, some people say, oh, you can use shorts to try to get new people and vice versa. And I don't know. I think a better strategy, like if you have some extra time and you're thinking, oh, maybe I could bang out a couple of shorts the next couple of days. I think a better strategy is make another long. Make another long, make it a little bit better than your last one. And maybe it's 3-4 days later before you post it. I think that's fine. So that's my opinion on it, my take. It's not the only one, and there are very successful shorts out there. But anyway, that's my take. What should be the main focus of a new channel, and for how long should you maintain that focus? What should be the main focus? It's got to be something you're interested in, something you're passionate about, right? So there's no one right niche that everybody should make videos on. Like, it's got to be the right one for you. So pick something that you like to talk about. What do you talk to your friends and family about? What do you enjoy talking about? What is your hobby, your hobbies? What are you interested in? Somewhere in there would be something you should pick. And in terms of how long should you maintain that focus, instead of focusing on the topic, I would say you want to maintain your focus for the life of your channel, but it doesn't have to be on that one topic. Maintain your focus on your audience, okay? Your audience might be interested in other topics, so in that case, maybe try another topic that you think your audience might be interested in. But always be focused on your audience, always. Always. Because that's what you're trying to grow. You're trying to grow your audience. Think about it this way. If you gain 5,000 subscribers, but now you're thinking, you know what, I want to start talking about this over here. You're kind of alienating 5,000 people. And now you're focused on more people. Well, you might get more new subscribers here, but you're going to start losing them over here. Okay, so you want to try to focus on all of your subscribers, all of your viewers, and the easiest way to do that is make videos that they're all interested in. So there you go. What if we don't want to edit and want it to be authentic? Then don't edit. Yeah, I like that. Authenticity is great. People like authentic videos. I think there's a place for some editing. Because, if I'm making a 20-minute video, I may forget, and there's 5 main points, I may forget the 5th one, and I may have to, look at my notes to see what was that fifth topic again. Oh yeah, right, and then talk. But again, there's something to be said for leaving that in. Like you can even, I'm looking at my notes now. Oh yeah, the fifth thing. And then, you can leave that in. That's totally fine. I tend to focus most of my editing on the first 30 seconds, just the first bit of the video, because that's so important for keeping people around. Okay, that's when you will, lose most of the viewers you get is in that first 30 seconds. So if you can try to edit a little tighter that first 30 seconds, but then just kind of let your video go, perhaps that's a good compromise. So, no, but I love authentic videos. Yes, as Catherine said, and oh no, she's still here. You're still here, Catherine? Yeah, if you put 3 Qs before your question, it's more likely that I'll see it, but again, there's too many to get to all of them, so apologies for that. What do you think about a reaction channel? I like watching some reaction channels, some I don't. Like, that's a personal preference thing. I know there's a market for them, right? If that's the kind of video you like to make, there's a market for them. You have to be careful in terms of copyright things. Like if you're playing somebody else's video, if it's like music, for instance, it could be flagged for copyright. So you don't want to play it for very long before you do your reaction. But there's, I've seen, I've watched voice coaches reacting to like really good singers on, American Idol or something like that. I've enjoyed watching things like that. I like listening to like really nice voices, singing, stuff like that. So I know. So reaction like that, reactions to other people's videos, same thing. It's not my thing, but and when I say that, I don't watch them and I don't make them. But that doesn't mean there isn't a market for them. So sure. If that's the type of content you want to make, give it a shot. See what happens. Do you think 25 subscribers in a month is too low? So we've got to add some context here. If I think you got 25 subscribers in your first month, I think that's awesome. I think if I got 25 subscribers, if that's all I got in like this month here for me, that would be terrible for me. I'm getting almost 200 subscribers a day at this point. So that would be bad for my channel now. But I only got 3 new subscribers in my first month. It took me 3 or 4 months before I got to 25 subscribers. So really depends on where you're at in your journey. It can be all over the place. I'm finding it slow progress with my music channel. I think YouTube has trouble finding the right age range. Do you know how to target a specific age range? There's no way to force YouTube to only show your videos to a certain age range. You just have to make content that age range is interested in. Okay, that's what it comes down to. If you make content and that age range is watching it, that's how that works. It's all reactionary to how viewers are responding to your videos. So that's kind of the way you have to think about it. Dive into your analytics and find out who's watching your videos, and then and if you think, oh, these people are too old, I want more younger people to watch my videos, well then make content that perhaps younger people would be interested in. That's really all I can say about that. But that's kind of the way it works. What is my connection to the Lions? Signed, Curious Lions fan. I am a diehard Lions fan. I have been for 20 years. Really the last 5 years or so. I've always been a Lions fan. Always been a Lions fan. My connection, nothing really. I spent some time. I lived in Toronto for a while. Gone to a lot of Lions games over the years, and I was a big Matt Stafford fan, and now I'm a big Jared Goff fan, and Lions is it. I watch every one of their games on Sundays. So that's it. Monkey Wrench, are some of your videos from a phone? I have shiny new object syndrome and a perfectionist. Yes, every one of my videos that I've made outside are from my phone, all of them. And I use a setup kind of like this. There's my phone. It's an iPhone 16. And I just hold a small tripod like this. Lately, I've been using this one that I got, just a little, and this one is even cheaper than this one. This one, I want to say it's around $25 US. And but I do put this. Here, let's take this off. Show you. This little thing here is great for me because I like to go for bike rides. I've got a bicycle, and my phone case is a quad lock. See that? Can you see that? Quad lock phone case. And I've got, I think my last 4 phones have all had this quad lock case. And so this is a quad lock. If I hide my face, up my focus on it. Quad lock tripod adapter. Okay, and I just have to take this thing off. So yeah, the quad lock is on my handlebars of my bike, and it easily allows me to put my phone there, and my phone acts as my speedometer, tells me how long I've been biking, how far I've gone, stuff like that. So, but if I put, so I'll hold this up so you can see what I'm doing here. I'm going the right way. I put this on like this. Okay, that's how I attach it, because this actually comes with this for your phone. But I just don't like that as much because, I don't know, it's not as stable. This is super stable. And then all I have to do is like this. It just clicks in like that. And I tighten that up, and there I go. This is how I make all of my outside videos. This plus the microphone, right? I'll use my DJI mic as well that I put here. And I make all my outdoor videos like this. It's only my indoor videos where I use, oh, I'm getting warm again, where I use the ZV-E10, which is this guy. This camera here is a ZV-E10. I use that when I film back there. Yeah, so I've had it too. Shiny object syndrome, monkey wrench. I've had it too. If I were to start over today, and this is one of the video ideas that I want to make, what would I start with today? If I were to do this all over again, start from scratch, would I have this camera? Probably not. Well, you know, I like to do live streams, so I wouldn't have both of these cameras, the A6400 and the ZV-E10. I'd have one of them only. But for filming outside, I would just use my phone. And I would not probably have half the stuff that I have in here. So just your phone, a decent mic, that's all you need. Because the videos of mine that do the best right now are the ones where I make them outside on my phone, not with these cameras. So what does that tell you? I wasted a lot of money, is what it says. Instead of using a hook, can we say the title and go from there? It must be a great addition for the algorithm. When your video starts, if you just say the title, you can do that, and that creates some continuity between your thumbnail, title, and the video itself. You can absolutely just say the title. And then I would call that your hook. I almost missed this, but Kids Fun Videos, a super chat. Thank you very much, Kids Fun Videos, for the super chat. I really appreciate that. And your question was, how many tags is best in tag section and description? So I don't put much time and effort into tags and description. My description is, you know, I don't put any hashtags in my description. Some people do. I don't. To me, that's a Twitter thing. It's not really how people search for videos in YouTube. So I don't do that. The description on mine is basically a default description that I've entered into my channel so that I don't have to enter it every time. And then my tags, I just ask ChatGPT. After we've settled on the title and the thumbnail text, which I use ChatGPT to figure out, I'll say, okay, can you now give me a list of tags separated by commas that I can copy and paste and put into my tags? That's all I do. And the reason is because your description and your tags are not nearly as important as they used to be. Back in the day when Google, you know, SEO and keywords and all this stuff was the rage. That's how you got your websites ranked, your videos ranked, right? Make sure you put your tags and your keywords in your tags and all that. It's just not as necessary anymore because YouTube is transcribing your videos anyways. They're transcribing your video. Every time you upload a video, YouTube is creating the transcript. They're automatically transcribing it. And you can see that if you go into your video. Let me just go show you here. So let's go, I don't know, any of these. This video here, let's click on it. And this is okay. And if we come down here, I'm going to click, no, actually, I'm not going to expand that. No, I am going to expand that. So you can see my description. Again, most of this is just, well, all of it is my default that I've entered in, my affiliate links and whatnot. If we come all the way down here, you get to this section, transcript, show transcript. If I click on that, it pops up over here. Here's the transcript of that video, okay? All of it. I did not create that. YouTube did that automatically. It doesn't happen right away. I want to say it takes a couple hours before they have that done. Maybe not even that long. I don't remember. It's not something I really looked at. But they do that. So any keywords, like keywords, they used to say, make sure that your keyword, like don't spam your keywords, don't put too many in there. Make sure that, you know, it was a real art to it, a real science. And that's why people would go out and hire SEO experts to help them write a proper description and identify what tags are searched for more. But the better way to do it is just let YouTube figure out what your video is about, and then they will put it in front of the people they think are going to watch your video. Okay? And the more videos you make, the better YouTube's going to get at identifying the right people to put your videos in front of, as long as you're always talking about the same thing or talking to the same audience. Okay? So, yeah, I don't put much time and effort into that. Having said that, I do enter them. I don't know why, just in case it matters somewhat, but you know, there's some videos I haven't put any in and they've done fine. So anyway, those are my thoughts on that. What else we got here? Getting thirsty again. Steve says, do you trust analytics fully? Mine tells me all my viewers are men over 40, but I know that's not true. I mean, the analytics are, do I trust them fully? I mean, it's just a tool. Like, it might not be 100% accurate. I think it does the best it can with the information it has. But yeah, it may not be 100% accurate. But that doesn't bother me. Like, it's only a tool that I use. Something I was thinking about too is, because this happens quite a bit, I say quite often that what are the analytics you should pay attention to? And usually it's CTR, your click-through rate, measures how well your thumbnail and title are doing, right? So every time, for every 1,000 or for every 100 impressions, what percentage of the time are people clicking on that? And if it's, you know, 5 out of 100, then your CTR is 5%. Okay, so you look at that. The higher that number is, the better your thumbnail and title are performing, right? The other one is average view duration, okay, or watch time. How long are they watching your video for? Are you able to keep people watching on YouTube, watching your videos? And if you are, good. So if these positive signals come back, YouTube may put it out, your video out in front of more people. That's all good. But I have found that sometimes, even if my video has a higher than normal click-through rate and a higher than normal average view duration, and let's say the video is longer than normal, so they're watching it for even more than they normally watch it for, yet the video's still not taking off. What is going on? Right? That happens. What's going on could be, there's no definite answer. No one's going to tell me exactly why, right? It's all trial and error. We're all trying to figure this out as we go. But what could be happening is the content, right? Like the actual content of the video just might not be something that a lot of people want to see. They're not interested in it. Doesn't matter how good my video is, right? I can't force people to want to listen to me talk about mackerel fishing. I don't know why that popped into my head, but whatever. Whatever my video's about, I can't force people to want to watch that. Okay, it just might be such a topic that just nobody is interested in right now today, that it's not going to do well. Even though the click-through rate was high, a CTR could be high just because I've got a fabulous thumbnail and titles. Oh, that's interesting. Click. And then they get into the video, I start talking, and no, that's not interesting at all. And they're gone, right? Or even the average view duration, right? Like that might be good. Some people might watch a lot of it, but if not a lot of people are getting to watch it just because they're not interested in that. Like, even if YouTube is getting a lot of good signals, if they go try to put it in front of a bunch of other people who are interested in that topic, well, that might not be anybody. No, but maybe nobody's interested in that topic. So you're not going to get that push. Okay, so keep that in mind. You can't, the YouTube analytics can't be the crutch that you always lean on that defines, the success of your channel. It's just going to give you the stats. It's just stats. It's just numbers. You've got to use your brain a little bit. Like try to put yourself in your viewer's shoes. What else do they want from me? What else can I give these people that they might be interested in? If you're always asking yourself that question, then you will eventually come across topics that they are interested in and that they'll watch. And every once in a while, you may, and every several months even, maybe, you'll get a video that resonates with enough people that it does well. Okay, so anyway, those are my thoughts on that. The answers aren't always obvious. And sometimes they are so inobvious. Is that a word? Inobvious? Unobvious? That you just can't make sense of it. If that's the case, then I would probably chalk that one up to nobody's interested in that. So try something else. Try to talk about something else. One of my favorite things to do, Steve, and I don't know if you've got me on a tangent now, but what was I going to say? You know what? It just happened again. I lost it. I don't know what I was going to say. Do I trust the analytics fully? No, I don't. But it's a nice thing. I look at them too much, probably way too much. YouTube over 40. Karen's in the house. How you doing, Karen? Good to see you. I dropped in on one of your live streams again a few days ago. I like doing that. By the way, guys, so as many of you know, I love the idea of doing live streams. I love doing them. I think if people are out there, if you want to grow your channel, I think you should do them, because I think together with I don't think you should only do live streams, because that's not, if you want to grow a channel, that's not going to work on its own. But together with other videos, I think it's a great way to level. It's a perfect example of 1 + 1 = 3. Okay, videos and live streams equals faster growth than just the two of them. But anyway, what I was going to say, and Karen, by just popping in here, you reminded me. Karen does live streams, and most of her live streams, I think maybe all, but all the ones I've seen, she has other people on with her, other creators like her. So she's like the perfect example of somebody who doesn't look at other creators as her competition, which I don't either. Other creators are the perfect opportunity to collaborate and to learn from. And if we're all doing kind of the same thing, like some people probably would rather listen to Karen talk than me, and vice versa. So it's all good. But where I'm going with this is, if you're considering doing live streaming, even just a little bit, then drop in on other people's live streams. Drop in on Karen, YouTube over 40. Drop in on her live streams and see how she does it, how they do it. JB, I saw him in here earlier. Drop in on Jay's live streams. Steve Brocky is another one. Drop in on Steve. I think you've done 2 now, Steve, if I'm correct. Drop in on his live streams. See how he's doing it, right? These are, it's fun to drop in on other people's live streams and see how they're doing it and chat with them, and they'll recognize you, and that's how you make friends and stuff too, right? Brooke Sears, another one who does live streams. Drop in on hers. I see Matt Man Solar's in the house too. How you doing, Matt? I haven't seen you in a little bit. Perhaps you've been here, and I'm missing a lot of this. But yeah, I believe, have you gone live? I think you've gone live too. So yeah, like we get to know all these people. Catherine, have you gone live, Catherine? Nicola, I know, has gone live. That's awesome. The times people go live may not always work for everybody. Actually, I'm surprised how often I've been able to drop in on YouTube over 40s because, oh, no, I'm getting you confused. It's Catherine that's in New Zealand. YouTube over 40, I'm not sure where you are. But yeah, we're all over the world, right? But drop in on other people's live streams and you'll get to know them and they'll be super supportive of you perhaps going live yourself. Relax with Mel. I've seen you around in a lot of the live streams too. That's awesome. Catherine, I think every time I drop in on somebody's live stream, it seems Catherine Price is there. Which again, that kind of floors me because again, you're the other side of the world. So how do our schedules match up? I don't know. Travel B, question, is it okay to have multiple channels? Yes, absolutely. I don't think you can have multiple channels if you created your channel as a personal channel. But if you create it as a brand channel or a business channel, then yes, you can have multiple channels. And that's not a bad idea if you have different things you want to talk about. Madman Solar, Rob does 15 weeks of likes, Rob. What's that? Is that a question? I don't understand. I don't understand. Crystal Star is going to live stream with the cats. Awesome. People love cats. There's mine back there, right there. She's been sleeping this whole time. I could go wake her up, but that would be mean. Karen is in New Zealand too. Oh, yes, I knew that. Right, I forgot. But yeah, so how are we always on the same time zone or on the same schedule? I don't understand that. Dude, no, people wouldn't rather listen to me than you, but thank you, Rob. You know what? I believe some would. That's just the nature of people. People attract different people. There's groups of friends, groups all over the place, different groups. People are attracted to the people they want to be attracted to and talk with, and everybody's different. I'm sure some people don't like the way I talk, and some people would rather listen to somebody else, and that's okay because, I don't have 100 million subscribers. I don't have 100,000 subscribers. Working on it, but you know what I mean? Like there's lots of people in this space. Not everyone's going to want to listen to me, and that's okay. That's totally okay. There's room for a lot of people. So to answer the question that nobody asked me yet today, maybe you did and I missed it, is YouTube oversaturated? Is there still room for me to start YouTube today? 100% absolutely yes, and I don't even care what your niche is. No niche is oversaturated. Just the laws of supply and demand will make it work. If you want to talk about something, there's plenty of people who will listen to you, right? So yeah, I don't believe in the whole saturation thing. Is having a mic a must? No. Does it depend on the device you're using? Maybe. So for me, if I want to film outside with my phone, there better be no wind if I don't have another mic, because the microphone on the iPhone picks up wind, and it's just you hear this rumbling sound when it's too windy. So to counteract that, you need a mic that has one of these that you can cover the microphone with, because this stops the wind noise from getting in. It's ingenious. It's cheap. Like there might be $1 or $2 or $3 as all these are, or $5 for a pack of 5, something like that. But now the DJI mic that I have came with 2 of these, right? And I could probably get more if I needed to. But yeah, no, if you can have a mic that could put one of those on it, it'll sound a lot better. But a broader answer would be, I think audio is more important than the quality of the video, especially for my types of videos where I'm doing a lot of talking. And again, a lot of people, I think, watch my videos without even really watching them. Like some people just listen to me with their headphones, or they'll have me on their TV in their house while they're doing chores around the house. I've heard people say that. So in those cases, it doesn't really matter what my video looks like. But if my voice sounds as good as it can, that's a plus. That's a bonus. So, yeah, if I was just starting out and I just had a phone, and if I had $500 burning a hole in my pocket that I wanted to spend on this thing, I would buy a mic. I would buy a good mic. for my phone, and I would not upgrade. I would not buy a camera. I would just use my phone. Even if I had $5,000 I didn't know what to do with, I would find other things to do with that $5,000 than buy a $5,000 camera. I would still use my phone. I'd probably buy a couple lights. I would even consider buying another phone for a second camera before I'd spend, $2,000 on a camera. So anyway, sorry, going on a tangent there. Compa Ray's Films is eating and listening. Awesome. Mike, Adventure Sparks is here. How you doing, Mike? Good to see you. Terry Miller, I do lives. You can drop in on mine. There you go. Terry does lives. Catherine, watching the sunrise is the best. I'm fortunate enough to see it from my living room. That's cool. That is cool. I agree that the audio is more important. On T. Cobble says, yeah, I agree too. I agree. Steve Brocky says, Mike for outside is a must in my opinion. Inside on a phone, not so much. Yeah. Yeah, so again, it depends on your phone, and every phone probably uses something different. I have the iPhone. Its mic is pretty good if there's zero wind. If there's any amount of wind at all, then it'll start to rumble, and it'll pick that up. So, yeah. Auntie Cobble says, even with a mic, when recording from my laptop, it always sounds not great. Figuring out how to edit that so it sounds decent. Okay, so let me say this. So let me throw your comment up on the screen here while I answer it. What am I looking for here? Even. Oh, here it is. There we go. Okay, even with a mic, when recording from my laptop, it always sounds not great. Figuring out how to edit so it sounds great. Okay, so if you're recording outside, then there's typically no echo unless you're like in a valley surrounded by mountains. Then there might be a echo, I suppose. But more often than not, outside recording is a great place, a great space to record in because your voice isn't bouncing around the walls, okay? But if there's wind, that's a problem, okay? Now, if you're inside, that introduces a whole bunch of other problems, potentially. If you're in a space, a big open, empty space with flat walls, then it's going to be horrible for acoustics, okay? Flat surfaces, voices, like your sound waves when you talk, will bounce. Like I've got a big monitor here. Sound waves will bounce off that and come back. So when I talk, I'm talking into this microphone, sound waves into the mic. But my sound is also bouncing off of this monitor and coming back and getting into the mic again. All right. Now, a shotgun mic will help with that because it's only going to pick up, sound in one direction. But if you have a really good mic that picks up everything in the room, and if you have a whole bunch of flat surfaces in your room, then you're going to echo is going to be horrible. Reverb is I think the technical term for echo. Now, if there's any audiophiles in here, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but this is my understanding of it. So indoor recording, you want to try to do things like fill your room with stuff. Like, so I have curtains on 3 sides of my room here. Why don't here, I'll throw my camera back on again. And I will go iPhone. Okay, so now that my iPhone. So here's my room. So if I start over here, I'll get out of the frame. So I've 3 walls are curtains. So curtains, floor to ceiling, on that wall, on this wall. So that wall, and that wall. Okay, I've got some lights attached up there. But if we come down, got some cat food there. Oh, actually, she's out of food. Okay, so curtains go all the way 3 sides. And if I go to the back, or the front, I suppose, that wall is not. That's flat surfaces, okay? So what I'm trying to do here in this space is deaden the sound, and curtains help with that. Insulation helps with that. Well, actually, insulation helps sound from getting out. But yeah, so like if you're doing sorry, I'm looking at this camera now. If you're doing a voiceover, a lot of voiceover artists will go into a walk-in closet full of clothes hanging, and they'll record in there because a whole bunch of clothes hanging, that's perfect. That'll deaden the sound. Hanging clothes all over the place, hanging curtains, carpeted floor. So I've got a carpet down there, crazy kind of carpet. No, my ceiling is not treated, okay? Like it would be better if I made some sound panels and hung them from the ceiling, but I'm not that concerned about it. I have a shotgun mic. It's fairly close to my mouth, right? So there's not a ton of reverb, but there'd be less if I got closer to the mic. I have to talk lower now, but there'd be less reverb if I'm talking closer to the mic. If you bring the mic closer to your mouth, there's less reverb. So why did I say all that? That could be the reason for your bad sounding audio. If you got a lot of reverb, it's probably because you're in a big open space. Like cathedral ceilings are horrible for that. Like go into a church, you don't want to record in a church. Horrible acoustics. Lots of reverb might make an organ sound great, or if you go to a concert, like in a hall, a concert hall, right? That might sound okay for that type of music, but if you just want to capture a voice, then you want a treated room. So even if you have a good mic, a poorly treated room will make a good mic sound bad. So you could end up spending $1,000 on a really good mic, but if you're recording in a big open space with flat walls everywhere, it's not going to sound good. So the best place to record is outside, as long as there's no wind, or if there is, put a wind muff or a dead cat on it. There you go. So there's my little chat on audio. That's what I know. All right, Steven says, I use my closet when doing voiceover sometimes. Works great since I have clothes on every side. Yeah, absolutely. And a trick, maybe somebody mentioned it, but one trick is if you want to test how good the acoustics are in your room, just clap. And if it's dead and you don't hear echo afterwards, that's a good recording space. Go outside and clap. Everybody now, all 146 of you, go outside and clap. It's probably a dead sound. But if you come inside and clap in a big open room, lots of reverb. Okay, you want dead claps. Reverb, yeah, echo, reverb. I kind of use those two words interchangeably, but I think reverb is the technical term for echo. I'm definitely going to set up in the closet. For voiceover, sure, yeah, it's perfect. We don't need no stinking badges. I'm back. Surprised y'all still here, thankfully. You're surprised? At this point, I think you guys all know I'm usually here for 3 hours. I think I'm aiming for 3 hours again today. If I had to pick between poor video quality, poor audio quality, I'd pick poor video quality. Sound is so important. I agree. Barb's got a question. Hey, Barb, if you address this, apologies. Can you do a tutorial video on using DJI Mic 2 for the first time? I just bought it. Oh, very good. And sorry, Rob was in ER recently. Oh, so I've been away from your lives. Sorry to hear that. Hope everything is okay. I can't really do a setup video on the DJI Mic 2 because I don't have that one. I have the DJI mic. But DJI, if you're listening, I'd be more than happy to do a review of that DJI 2 if you want to send me one. How's that for a plug? I don't know if they're listening. But yeah, in terms of setup, I know you can adjust the levels on the DJI Mic 2. I never had to adjust the levels on mine. They work just the way they are, so I've never adjusted my levels, but I know you can. The good thing about the one you have, the 2, is that even if the levels are set too low or high, you can adjust them afterwards with that, what do they call it? 32-bit float, I think they call it. That's a feature where, like, if you captured your voice and the gain was too high and there was clipping and there was, like, static, you can fix that in editing. You can bring the levels down. So anyway, I don't know exactly how that works because, again, I don't have that mic, but all righty. Question, have you enabled auto dubbing? And if so, do you do manual checks or just leave YouTube to it? I just saw that, Steve. Let's go back to my, so again, this is one of my videos. So if I go down here and when you expand your description, at the bottom where I showed you where the transcript is, it says how right above that how this content was made. Auto dubbed. Audio tracks for some languages were automatically generated. Learn more. Okay, so where you set that is when you upload your video. Go to YouTube Studio here, and if I come in here to the details from one of my videos, go down here. Now I'm just guessing where this is, but it's here somewhere. Automatic chapters, featured places, automatic concepts, allow automatic, okay, I think it's here somewhere. Allow embedding, okay. Automatic dubbing, automatically translates your audio tracks into different languages and adds them to your video. Mine's grayed out, probably because I already did it. Yeah, so I leave it on. So my take on this is I'm not going to spend any time. Now, apologies to those who don't speak or who speak a language other than English as your first language, but I don't put any effort into ensuring the dubbing is correct or the translations are perfect and all that. I don't spend any time with that because that would just slow me way down. So yeah, there was a time, in fact, when I was freelancing through Fiverr, I used to add subtitles and sometimes translated subtitles to videos for the people I was working for. So I know how to do that, but I just let YouTube do its thing. And if it gets it close enough, that's good enough for me. Right? I've heard people have commented to me. It's like, I've listened to I've followed along your video, like in another language, say German, Spanish, or whatever, and the translation wasn't perfect, but I got the point. But yeah, no, you could spend a little more time on the translations to get it more exact. To which I would say, well, I'm glad you got the point across. I didn't do that. Whatever you just read there was from YouTube. They transcribed it and translated it themselves. But yeah, I'm not going to put any extra time into that. I just don't have the time. And it's not that important to me. If they got the point of my video, that's good enough. And I think that's probably the best way to think about it. You could probably spend a week trying to get all kinds of different languages put in there for your video, and the subtitles done properly, and the timing of it all perfect and all that. Why? Right? Just so that you can get marked an A+ by somebody, a linguistics person. Like, I don't know. And again, apologies for anybody who this is important to, but for me, I don't think it's that big of a deal. If people can understand what I'm trying to say, that's good enough for me, and I'm glad. But I will say, I feel like YouTube is only going to get better at this. They're only going to get better at transcribing, translating, and all that. So there you go. So what's the difference between a live and a podcast? Well, the term podcast used to just mean almost like a radio broadcast that just is audio only. Okay, but lately people are doing video podcasts, and you can do a video podcast, and there's really no difference, right? Video podcast is a video. So I've done a little bit of that. When I had people on that I would interview, like Alexa, Brian Johnson, I brought these people in and we did a live stream. I actually called those podcasts, which basically, a podcast in a YouTube channel is basically just a playlist, okay? I called it a podcast, but then I also exported the audio only and I uploaded it to Spotify and Apple Music as podcasts that people could just listen to, no video to them at all. But I also left them on my YouTube channel as video podcasts. So, which I think, again, it depends on what your goals are with your channel. For me, my goal is YouTube and video, and if I could get a few more viewers from the podcast angle, then great. So I did that for a bit, and I may do it again, but I may not. So it all depends on what your strategy is. Jane loves to shop. My videos do well the first and second day, then they flatline. Is that normal? Could it be my videos aren't getting pushed out? That's totally normal. That's the way. So it usually tries your video on your subscribers right away. as soon as you publish it, and based on how they like it. Are they watching all your video, or are they clicking? Based on the reaction of that, and also is it something they want to, that they're interested in? Based on that, they may push it out to other people. But I mean, the standard growth pattern of any video, or most videos, is to do really well out of the gate and then not so well. They all tail off, unless it turns into a evergreen video or a searched-based video that people are searching for the terms in your titles. Okay, if that's the case, then it might do better over time. So you may want to try some of those types of videos. Barb says, come on, DJI, contact Rob. That'd be great. I've spent a lot of money on DJI stuff. And because I love it. I've got a drone, I've got their mics, I've got, I don't know what else, a bunch of stuff. The freelancing was with Fiverr. I was hearing Fiber. Yeah, no, Fiverr. Fiverr, 2 R's. Oh, you spelled it right. Yes. Search for the Maritimer in Fiverr. You'll find me. But I pretty much have it turned off now. The Dirt Princess says, bad audio will make me click off the video within 5 seconds. The better the audio, the more likely I'll give the video a chance. Yep, a lot of people value good audio for sure. Would you always post at the exact same time of day? Does this make a difference? I want to fill my channel with loads of videos, just want to get them stuck on. Yeah, I would resist the urge to upload a whole bunch of videos at once. I wouldn't do that. Even if you want to have a library of a lot of videos on your channel, I would still space them out. And I mean, if you really wanted to. See, the thing is, if you upload a whole bunch of videos at once, like YouTube's not going to push out them all at the same time. Okay, so, and some may get lost. Like if you have a video that's doing well, like if I post a video on, like tomorrow, let's say the video I post tomorrow does well, and it's still doing well come Friday when I have another video ready to post, I will delay that Friday video. I won't post it then. I'll give that Wednesday video some extra time and space to kind of finish its run. And that run might last a week. Actually, a week, I think I'll still, if a week goes by and that video is still doing well, I think I'm still going to post a new video in a week, right? I won't wait longer than that. But other than that, I don't know, every 2 days, post a video every 2 days. And if they don't take off, then just keep going like that until all your videos are up that you want to get up. That's the way I would do it. That way, each video on its own will have a chance to maybe get pushed out more, okay? Alrighty. Drink time. How we doing for time? 2.5 hours in. Relax with Mel. Is there a sweet spot when it comes to uploading a video? Do you unlist and publish in 24 hours later? Or go public straight away? I've done it both ways. When I upload a video, I usually have it set to unlisted, and I'll pick a time in the future for it to go public. Okay. But let's say I'm targeting 10 a.m. And my video is ready at 8 a.m. I'd probably leave it still scheduled for 10 a.m. So 2 hours later, it'll go live. It'll publish. But let's say I wanted to go 10 a.m., but I still had more, I woke up that morning and, oh, no, I don't like this. And I have some more editing to do, and I fix it, and then I re-render it, and now it's uploading, and oh crap, it's 10:05 and the video is still uploading, and then it's got to process and run through the copyright checks and all this stuff, and it's not ready until 10:30. Well, in that case, before we get to that point, I will have changed the publish time to a time in the future, maybe noon that day or 11 a.m. But let's say it's now scheduled to go out at 11 a.m., but I see at 10:30 it's ready to go. It's all ready. And I'm just sitting there like, what am I going to do now? Okay, it's all ready. I might just go publish. Let's just publish it now, right? I don't have to wait till 11. I don't have to wait till the top of the hour. I don't have to wait for any more processing or anything. That's all done. It's ready to go. So I'll publish it then. Yeah. So in that case, I kind of publish it as soon as it's ready. But more often than not, I will try to get them out at a certain time. Actually, I shouldn't say that. It was more often than not that I'd have the video ready like the night before and schedule it for the next morning. But lately, it's like I seem to be in a pattern where I'll film a video. I'll get up at 6 a.m. and I'll think, I want to put out a video this morning. So I'll go down to my office and I'll think, I'll work on the title, I'll chat with ChatGPT, I'll figure out what I want to talk about. And by, say, maybe 8 a.m., I'll grab my phone and my mic and I'll go outside and I'll film it. And I'll be back by, say, 9 a.m. and then I'll have to edit it a bit. That might take me till 10 or 11, depending on what I want, how much I'm doing. Now we're already at 11 a.m. and I still don't have it posted. So in that case, I'll just post it right away. So yeah, that happens a lot now. I will not even begin the process of getting a video ready until that morning. And then maybe hopefully by noon, it's all ready and it's posted and it's done. So that's been the way I've been doing it lately. I think the one for tomorrow, though, I'm planning on going out tonight, like after this. After this is over, I'm going to go eat. And then I'm going to go outside. I hope it's not raining. Is it raining? I'll go outside and film it. I'm just going to check the weather right quick. Oh, look at this. Share this with you guys. Government of Canada. This is the weather app for where I'm at in Halifax. Current conditions is 27 outside today. Celsius. For those of you in the States, let's click on Fahrenheit. 80 Fahrenheit is super hot here. That doesn't usually get that hot here. So it's 27 right now. The high today is today. No, that's tomorrow. Is 29. Okay, so that's enough for them to say heat warning. That's a heat warning here in Nova Scotia. But no, it's not raining, but it looks like it's going to be hot. I don't know what the wind's doing. So anyway, there you go. Little glimpse at our weather here in Nova Scotia. All right, where am I at? Do you ever batch content or is it one at a time? Lately, it's been one at a time. I have batched. I have batch created. I've gone outside, like last fall. I went to the beach and I think I recorded 5 videos at the beach. And then I came back and I edited them. I think I edited 3 that day. And that was a period of time where I posted a new video every day for, I think it was 12 days, just as a test. But the results of that test were views did start to go down. My videos were averaging maybe 15 minutes each. Views were starting to go down. And not necessarily because I was posting every day, although that was probably part of it, but also probably because if I'm making that many videos in that short of time, I'm not putting, either consciously or subconsciously, I'm not putting in the same effort that I would put into a video that I've been thinking about for 3 or 4 days. Okay, so yeah, I have batch created, but I don't make it a habit. And we've got another super chat from Chaito. Thank you very much. The super chat. Hey you. Oh, that's just a super thanks. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. If you have a question, I'd be happy to answer, but no, thank you very much. Muchly appreciated. Travel B, what is your coaching about? My coaching is whatever you need. Well, I mean, it's about how to grow a channel on YouTube or live streaming or anything to do with any of that, whatever you need help with. So the coaching I offer is Zoom calls, one-on-one, you and me. You pick the date and time that works best for you. Yeah, if anybody, I'm going to say, because it's July 29th now, anybody who is interested in any coaching, thank you for the segue. I recently increased my pricing. My pricing is $200 per session now, where it was $150. But anybody who is interested in that, I will give it to you for the $150 till the end of the month. I've got a coupon code I can give you that'll work when you're getting coaching until the end of the month. Even if you want to schedule it for like a few weeks later, let me just get that coupon code. Where do I find that? I mean, you can just send me an email too, and I'll give it to you. but no, not that. Coupons, here we go. It's, no, I can even do one better. Coach Call 125. Coupon is Coach Call 125. Okay, 125. Coach Call 125. That'll give you $75 off, and you can get a coaching call for 125. Okay, anybody who's interested in that, you can use that coupon code for the next 3 days, today and 2 more days, till the end of the month. That's when that'll stop working. So anyway, but yeah, so it's whatever you need help with. A lot of times we talk about like strategy, business strategy, how to grow a business out of their YouTube channel, or it could be basic, how to set up a YouTube channel, how to get confident talking to a camera. Could be me going through analytics, how to read analytics, how to make videos, equipment setup, and all whatever you need help with is what we talk about there. How do you split your screen where you can still show yourself and also show your other screen like you did with the weather page? Okay, so like this. Okay, so what I did, so I use a couple things. So Ecamm Live is the software I use to go live. All right, and in software like that, you can set up scenes. So this particular scene is my screen with my camera in the corner. Okay, and I can actually move my camera around if I, like this, okay? I can move that around. I can even resize these windows if I wanted to, like this, okay? So that's all a function of Ecamm Live, the software that I use. How I actually switch it is I use what's called a Stream Deck, and I can change my phone to show you the Stream Deck. It's that thing here. If I get the phone a little closer, that is a Stream Deck. It's got buttons, and there's my iPhone button. There's my screen plus me button. That's just me. So if I click on that now you see me. Okay, so I've got all these scenes on Ecamm Live. I'm going to show you Ecamm Live now again. This is Ecamm Live. Okay, so all of the scenes are here. All the different scenes. I don't know if you can see that. Move this out of the way. So I could just click on them here, or you map them to the Stream Deck. Okay, and so yeah, a couple things. So you use Ecamm Live as a software. You set up your scenes. I have another monitor, so that's kind of key if you want to share a monitor. And then I have a Stream Deck, which is that it's basically an extension of your keyboard, and you can assign scenes to keys on the Stream Deck. I've also assigned the Super Chat to a button there. You can assign anything, overlays that you want to put up on the screen, or sound effects if you want, things like that. So that's how I do that. Chronic Pain Into Power gave a Super Chat. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. So just said, hey, Rob, love your content. I appreciate all you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, and thank you for the Super Chat. Very generous of you. Appreciate that. Uh-oh, I just got a thumbs down. What did I do? 139 likes, but 1 dislike. Guess you can't please everybody. I'm sorry. Whatever I did, my apologies. Julie English, should videos be at least 15 minutes? I've heard this before. No, they don't have to be. Something that I've heard even more was, do videos have to be at least 8 minutes long to earn money from if you're monetized? And the answer to that is no, and a lot of people don't know that. The 8-minute thing is, if your video is at least 8 minutes long, then you can put ads in the middle of your video, okay? Not just the beginning and the end. If your videos are shorter than 8 minutes, then you can only have ads in the beginning and the end, okay? So, but you know, if you have a 9-minute video that can have an ad in the middle, you know, that ad in the middle is only going to play, I don't know when, 4 or 5 minutes into the video, but how many people make it that far into the video anyways, right? So you don't get a lot from that. Most of the income you get is from the ad at the beginning. But the 15 minutes thing, I've never heard that. what you want to think about in terms of length of time of your videos is don't make them any longer than they have to be to get your point across, okay? Now, I need to revise that a little bit. That's what I typically say a lot, because my focus has always been on how-to videos, or there's something I want to talk about that I think will be helpful to people, and I've got 5 points that I want to cover while I talk about this. So, you know, if it takes me 10 minutes to say what I want to say, that's all the video should be. The worst thing you can do is try to stretch 10 minutes of information into 15 or 20 or 25, because people will know you're just wasting their time. People value their time today. In fact, if you can make a 10-minute video shorter, like if you think you got 10 minutes of things to say, but you can say it, you know, clearly in 8 minutes or 7 minutes, even better. Like, pack your video full of good content. That's what people like. So there you go. There you go. Getting thirsty again. What else do we have? Oh, Chase is in the house. Rob is a great coach. How you doing, Chase? Good to see you here. Yes, just had a coaching session Saturday morning with Rob. Yep, that was a good chat. Good chat. Yeah, I like to. I hope to see you go live, Chase. I think we talked about that, didn't we? How many times a week? Oh, I think I answered that one already. Oh, YouTube over 40. I'm guessing the thumb down is a mistake. Fat fingers. It could be. It could be, but maybe not. It's almost always accidental. So easy to brush the screen when holding the phone. Oh, the thumbs down. Yeah, Dirt Princess. Could be. Hey, it's all engagement though, right? Isn't it? I'm getting too technical for some of the gray hairs over 65. I'm sorry about that. I try to keep it... what was I talking about that was too technical? I forget. But I try... yeah, hey, if it generated any other questions, feel free to ask. Do you have a FAQ for all of your answers? I do not, although I did make a video. I did make a video a few weeks ago where I answered all of the questions, actually, and some that I did answer, but all of the questions I wasn't able to answer in a live stream, a 3-hour live stream I did a few weeks ago. There was a whole bunch of questions I didn't get to. And what prompted that video is I think somebody got upset at me in that, like, how come you're ignoring me, blah, blah, blah. Well, I'm not ignoring anybody. It's just impossible to answer all the questions. So sometimes I start going in order, but then I'll see that, oh my Lord, I'm like an hour behind. So I skip to the end and then I'm bouncing around. I just look for QQQs as much as I can. And anyway, so I made a video where I answered 100 questions in like 57 minutes. And the video was too long. I shouldn't say it was too long. It was as long as it had to be. I answered them as quickly as I could and made that video as short as I could, and that was 57 minutes. But not everybody wants to watch a 57-minute video. So the video didn't do that well on my channel. However, I think a lot of people were, the people who did watch it a lot were happy that I did make it. Okay, so if you're looking for an FAQ, that might be the closest thing you can find to it. And that is, here, I got too many windows open here. Here we go. Let's go back here. So again, here's my channel. Scoot this over. Wait, now this is my channel. So if you go to videos and then we're right here, this one here, 100 plus questions, 57 minutes, let's go. It's that one. If you've got 57 minutes and 30 seconds to kill, but you want a lot of questions answered quickly, go there. It'll answer a lot. I answered a lot of the questions in there. All righty. Did I see? Oh, so did I miss that? Travel Bee, how do I sign up for coaching? What you do is, I'll share my screen again. So go to any of my videos. I'll pause that. And right here in my description, it's this link right here. Book a one-on-one Zoom call. You click that. It'll take you here. You get to pick a day and a time right? Pick a day and a time, and then once you pick your day and time, so there's only, I've got some slots. I've got 2 slots left tomorrow, and then the following week I've got some time available. So yeah, pick your day and your time that works for you, and then you go to the payment page and you make the payment, and then you're all set. And send me a message. There is a field in there that asks you, what do you want to talk about, and you can fill that out. But you can also send me an email. Let me know if there's something you want me to look at ahead of time, channel, video, thumbnail, whatever. You can send that ahead of time, and I'll take a look. All right. Monkey Wrench, how many hours do you work in a week on your channel? Oh gosh, I'd probably get depressed if I figured that out. I'm always working on my channel. It's like I eat, sleep, and drink it. A lot, like weekends too. I'm bad. Like sometimes I just have to say, you know what, just go for a kayak or go for a, you know what I mean? But yeah, I work at this more than I would. It's more than 40 hours. Let's say that. It might be closer to 60 or even more. Like sometimes I'm in this office from 6 a.m. till 9 p.m. I'll come out for meals and stuff or go for a walk or something. But even when I go for a walk, I've got my headphones in, thinking about what videos to make. I love doing this. So that's what I do. But sometimes, if I start getting overwhelmed, I got to do something else. So yeah, you certainly don't have to work as many hours as I do to grow a channel. There's lots of people that do it in their spare time as a hobby. And a lot of people make good money at it, even though they have a full-time job otherwise, right? So you don't have to work at it as much as I do, but I do love it. So, and hopefully that shows through. Live stream hours to your hours to get your hours for dollars. I do not understand what you're saying there. I'm sorry. I don't get that. If you got a question, feel free to ask, but I don't understand what that is. Relax with Me says, it's your job now, Rob. Those hours are worth it, and it shows. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, it is a job, but I like to think of it as a lifestyle too. Like it's what I do, and it's all good. What camera or webcams do you use while live streaming? Love the content, Rob. Greetings from Australia, Darren. So when I switch to another phone, it's my iPhone. So I use a MacBook Pro to run Ecamm Live on. That's my main computer. That's my only computer. So it's running this live stream. It's connected to the internet, wired to my house. And it is, so because it's Mac and my iPhone is Mac, I can use my phone as a webcam. Okay, so it's one of the cameras. But then in addition, I have this main camera here is a Sony a6400. It's an older one, but it's great. I've got it plugged into the wall with a dummy battery, so I don't have to worry about it running out of battery. It does not overheat. I've been live streaming for almost 3 hours now. I've gone for longer than that, and it does not overheat. What else? Camera or webcams. Yeah, so that's it. And I've got a shotgun mic that I use up here, but you could also use that DJI mic that I use when I go outside. I could use that, but yeah, if I were to do this over again, I probably wouldn't buy the shotgun mic. I mainly had it for voiceovers and stuff, and now I just use it because it's here. I could easily just use that DJI mic too. What is the benefit of hiring an editor? Do people not have the time, or is it something else? It's probably a time thing. I'm personally not going to hire an editor. I just like to edit my own videos. I think it's smart for people to edit their own, especially in the beginning, because you then learn how to do it. Okay? If you then decide, you know what, you hate editing, you just don't want to do it, you want to offload that to somebody else, then you can do that. But for me, it doesn't take me that long to edit, and I enjoy it. So that's why, though, that if somebody hates doing computer work, they just want to talk to the camera, make the videos, and then send it off to somebody else to edit it, in a better way than they could, then they can do that. But yeah, not for me though, but could be for other people. What about searchability of channel name? Everyone complains they can't find my channel because it gets mixed in with popular songs. Well, most people don't search for channel names. They're searching for videos. And if they see a video they like, then they'll go check out the channel. So yeah, but if you're trying to get somebody to go to your channel, then I would send them the handle, right? So youtube.com/@ your handle. And that's how they get to your channel. Yeah. So, but you know, I wouldn't worry too much about that. You don't, like, people don't generally search for channels. If they are searching for your channel, then it, you know, they may just be a friend or a family member, and I can't find your channel and I wanted to check it out. They may not be your ideal audience anyways, but you know, for them, just say, oh, sorry, you had trouble, and just kind of, you know, send it to them. We have another super chat, Chaito. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. And you've got a question. I've only posted shorts. I'm nervous to post longer. Yeah, I've heard that before. If you're used to short, I mean, there's nothing wrong with just doing shorts if that's what you prefer to do. But if you do want to do long form videos, just do it. Just do it. Like, what's the worst that can happen, right? That would be my attitude. And you know, maybe that comes with age. I don't know how old you are, but you know, with age, you know, the older we get, the less we tend to care. What, you know, the less we tend to be nervous about things like that. Like, there's nothing that can really happen. You know, you post a video, you know, more and more people are doing this. So it's not like it's something out of the ordinary anymore. Just try to have fun with it. If you mess up, it's okay. Leave it in. People don't mind that. We're not making Hollywood level videos here. We're just, you know, nothing too cinematic, and, you know, unless that's what you want to make. But, you know, the types of videos I make, I'm just talking to the camera, and, you know, people will either like it or they won't, and it doesn't matter. So, yeah, that's all I can say. If you're nervous, then just understand and realize that, you know, No, I can expand on this a little bit because I've made videos about this. A lot of people are nervous. A lot of people are concerned about how they look, how they sound, if they're going to forget what they want to talk about, things like that. But the reality is, it's just you. Like, you're nervous about that, but the people who are going to watch your video, they don't look at you the same way you look at yourself, okay? They don't hear the same thing you hear when you talk. They're not that concerned about the way you look, the way you sound, you know, all that stuff. Nobody else is concerned like you are, right? And I'm not just talking about you, to anybody. Most people out in the world there, whether they're on YouTube or walking down the street, whatever, or just watching YouTube videos, most people are concerned with themselves, how they look, how they sound. If they see somebody, if they're walking down the street, they're more concerned about, you know, did I brush my teeth? Did I brush my hair? And they're not picking apart other people the same way they pick apart themselves, for the most part, okay? So if you can just kind of understand that and just realize, doesn't matter. This might be new and weird to me to make videos like this, but, you know, it's all good. Like, it's, you know, other people, like, who cares? If somebody does care and enough to say something to me that, why are you doing that? You look silly, blah, blah, blah. Well, then your videos aren't for them. And, you know, see ya, right? You could delete their comment if they leave a comment, right? And then just don't give it another thought. Doesn't matter. Steve says, every word Rob just said about being nervous, etc., it's all true. I am 3 months in, and I don't care at all about being on camera, how I sound, how I look, etc. It gets easier. 100%. 100%. Relax with Mel. I concur. Most people aren't critical. Yep. 100%. And if people are critical, then the problem is with them. There's something wrong with them, their life, whatever. Maybe they're just jealous of you because you were able to, you know, do it. and they're not, right? Another super chat. Thank you so much, Chaito. Really appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, no, those are my thoughts. And I have made some videos on that too, because you're not alone there. You're not alone in thinking that way. A lot of people are hung up on how they look, how they sound, nervous what other people are going to think, and all this. When, you know, I think that, you know, you just need to hear from other people that, you know, it really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. You can do it. You can do it. Matt Man Solar, see ya. Thanks for stopping in. YouTube over 40. Rob, how are your iPhone videos outside walking so smooth? Built-in gimbal function on the iPhone? Basically, yeah. So in the iPhone, so I've got the 16. It's the newer one. But before this, I had the 14, which is 2 years old. I upgraded in January. The 14, I think, was the first iPhone that came out with, or that had enhanced stabilization, it's called. And yeah, so it has it built in. I don't have a gimbal. I don't use a gimbal. I do have a gimbal that I never should have bought. I've had it for 3 years and I never really used it. I've wasted so much money. But yeah, with the iPhone, you don't need it because it's got it built in. So anybody with a newer phone, look into the settings of your phone because it might have something similar built in, meaning you would not need to have a gimbal. So yeah, that's all I use. I guess it must crop in a little bit automatically with software and it keeps it level. When I first noticed it is last year, I made a video in the boat where I set up my camera on a tripod and the boat was rocking, right? And I thought, okay, this is going to make people seasick watching this afterwards. I made the video. Actually, let's go find that. I made that video and the horizon stayed still the whole time. If I go to my videos, latest, I'm just going to, I can keep you in on this. Scroll down. When was it? It was shortly after my over 40 video, right? This one right here. State or province or wherever you live. Look at that. Then people around you. You notice the horizon is not moving. But I can tell you, here, let me silence this. I don't even know if you guys can hear that. But I'll tell you, the horizon was moving because the phone, in this case, was on a tripod tied to my boat. So it was moving with the boat. Okay, so if your camera is moving like this, you would think, okay, the horizon is going to be moving. But it wasn't. So that was the iPhone stabilization that made that. I mean, look how, if I just put my arrow right here, right on the land, the horizon is hardly moving at all. And you see the boat rocking. Well, the camera was not on a gimbal, so it should have been rocking with the boat. Anyway, I think you get my point. I was blown away. That's when I learned the camera had stabilization built in. And I started taking it for walks, maybe a month or two after that. What are we? We're at 5 o'clock. It's been 3 hours. Should probably wrap this up soon, but let me just see what else we got here. Any other questions? I know I missed some questions. I apologize. Here's one. RP. Looking to start a channel for woodworking, showing the journey from the beginning while promoting exercise via breakdancing in small sections of the videos. Thoughts? So my initial thoughts are, wow, that's two totally different things, but maybe unique angle. That's kind of cool. Yeah, I don't know where I would start with that if those are the two things you end up wanting to be on your channel. I would pick one to kind of focus on, but then every once in a while you can share a bit of your life and show some breakdancing or whatever, right? But I would, if you're starting a channel, I would pick one thing to focus on because that's how you're going to grow the channel. If you have two distinctly different things, breakdancing and woodworking, I wouldn't put them both on one channel because when you're starting out, because you make a woodworking video, let's say you get 5 subscribers and now you come out with a breakdancing video, YouTube's going to show that to your 5 woodworking subscribers first. And maybe I'm off base here, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say that most woodworkers don't breakdance. I don't know. I have no idea. I mean, I've done some woodworking. I have never breakdanced. Broke dance. How do you say that in the past tense? Anyway, see my point though? Like if your existing subscribers from topic A aren't interested in topic B, then YouTube is going to see your video that was on topic B as a flop, and they're not going to push it out to anybody else. Okay? So I would either A, create 2 channels, which is hard to grow 2 channels, but separate your two topics into different channels, or pick one, focus on that, and in the process of making those videos, oh, by the way, I also do this, and I'll just show you a little bit of that, as an interlude in a video or something, right? That'd be the way I'd handle that. Barb, LOL. Is that from my broke dance comment? I don't know. What is the past tense of breakdance? I break danced or I broke danced? Don't know. I don't know. This old horse girl's in the house. How you doing? Good to see you here. Steve says, so true, Catherine Price. What did Catherine say? It's what it takes to build a brand and business. If you love it, it won't feel like work. 100%. 100%. I heard Jay Shetty say starting YouTube is like planting a tree. The best time to have planted it was 5 years ago. The second best time is today. Yes, I've heard that too, although I've heard it as 20 years ago was the best time. But here in Nova Scotia, we have a shorter growing season, so maybe that's why it takes 20 years to grow a tree. Travel B, I think I answered that already. What is your coaching and how do I access it? You access the coaching. I've got a link in the description below of all my videos, and I think this live stream as well. A link to the coaching. You can click that to sign up if you're interested, and we can talk about whatever you need help with. Coaching, video editing, YouTube, how to grow your channel, whatever you need help with. Inverness, Moray, and the Highlands property people. What are your thoughts on AI and how it will impact YouTube? Mark. So my thoughts on AI is a great set of tools you can use to help in whatever you're doing. So I use it to help. I use ChatGPT to help with my titles, my thumbnail text, descriptions, tags, idea generating, building out a course outline, things like that. So that's what even strategizing, my business plan for my YouTube business, I use ChatGPT. So great set of tools. When I say set of tools, there's all kinds of different AI, but I just use ChatGPT. With respect to YouTube, so I've made a couple of videos recently that talks about AI videos, and YouTube is actually cracking down on not just AI videos, not AI videos by themselves, but mass-produced, low-effort, repetitive videos that people are it's like they're trying. Some people are using AI in a way that helps them generate hundreds of videos a day, and the thumbnails all look very similar, and they're just kind of plugging in stories that they find on Reddit and converting them into videos. So what's the value they're adding? None. The story's been told, so they're turning it into a video. Okay, there's an argument there that maybe that can be done, sure. But if you do that over and over and over and over again, and you're using AI to do it, AI is making it very easy to do that fast, okay? YouTube doesn't want that, because that will flood the system with low effort videos that people will get tired of watching. And more importantly, advertisers will stop wanting to spend as much money with YouTube if they find that people are starting to get turned off by this and not watching videos as much, because they're starting to get a lot of garbage stuff. So I made a couple videos on that, and YouTube is starting to crack down on that. And so my thoughts are, the more AI kind of wiggles its way into YouTube, whether it's AI-generated voices, AI-generated video, backgrounds, whatever it is. Right now, it's pretty easy to tell. Not that easy always, but fairly easy to tell when a video is made with AI. It's pretty easy these days. A year from now, it might not be as easy. It might be harder. I feel like there's always going to be a place for real people making real content. Like the content I make. Like, this is me talking. In 5 years from now, might I be able to make a video like this where I didn't actually have to say these words and I just create an avatar that actually says it? Perhaps. But I still feel like there's going to be a market for people being real, and because there's going to be people out there that don't want to watch a fake person, even if it looks real. They want to listen to a real person, because people go to YouTube not just for information. People are going to YouTube to connect with other people. People, not computers. Okay? Maybe some want to connect with an avatar in a computer, like the movie Hers, right? Maybe some people are. And maybe more and more people will be like that. But today, right now, I feel like there's a market for people connecting with real people who are real creators. So that said, I think it's in YouTube's best interest to stay on top of this and to make it viable for creators being real, like me, being real and talking to real people so that real people can connect with real people on YouTube. I think YouTube doesn't want to lose that. So they will, in this most recent crackdown, it wasn't a new policy that they came out with. They basically announced that they're going to start enforcing a policy that they have had all along. And that is no repetitive, low effort, mass produced videos. They're going to they're going to stop those, and they're going to start demonetizing channels and videos like that. But now in the future, they may even make up new rules if they have to. And so anybody who is thinking of going down the AI route and thinking, oh, this is perfectly allowed, YouTube says you're not, we're allowed to do this, I'm going to do this. Okay, that's fine, but just know that YouTube can change the rules if they want, right? There could come a time that they just decide, you know what, this is not working, we're going to change the rules now. So, and they're well within the right to do that. This is not a society where there's free speech and you can say whatever you want to say, blah, 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 right? Attach it to whatever country in the world you want to. It's not that. YouTube is a business. It's a business that has shareholders, right? Alphabet is the company that owns Google, that owns YouTube. It's traded on the stock market. So if their stockholders notice that, we're losing advertisers, they're not paying for this because there's too much AI stuff on our, they don't want to watch. People aren't able to connect with real people anymore. We got to fix this. And the shareholders will go to the CEO. You got to fix this. We're not making enough money. They'll change the rules. They'll change the rules to make it work. So I'm completely confident in that. So I'm not worried about losing my job to AI at all. Not in my lifetime. So now let me look at the comments, see what you guys think of that little, that could have been a video. I should cut this out and turn that into a video. What are you saying? What are you saying? Most internet actions on the internet, especially on social media, are carried out by bots rather than real people. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. A lot are. I believe a lot are. And nothing against you, AI, LIG. Perhaps you have an AI channel. But yes, there's a lot of bot traffic, and YouTube is trying to clamp down on that. If they discover channels that are created by bots or whatever, they delete them, right? And that's one of the reasons why people will notice a decrease in subscribers from time to time. They lose subscribers. How come people are unsubscribing to my channel? Well, YouTube might have discovered they're not real channels, so they've deleted them. So that happens. But yeah, I think, as soon as if AI is going to become the only thing that's commenting, then yeah, YouTube will figure out a way to stop that. I'm completely confident in that. What else? What else did I miss? Am I ruffling any feathers? In my opinion, AI should be an entirely separate filtered category. When performing a search on YouTube, real human content should not be mixed in with AI. Some people think that way. I don't know if I think that completely. I have also heard the argument that AI is making it possible for some people to make content, right? I just got a thumbs down. Sorry. Right? Some people aren't able to make videos. with their own voice. Maybe they can't speak, right? Maybe for whatever reason, AI is allowing them to make videos and to express themselves creatively. I think that's totally fine. That is totally fine. It's when, and if you want to take the time to use AI, maybe you write your own story, you use AI to tell the story, I don't have a problem with that. Then it becomes, who wants to watch that, right? Personally, I don't, right? I would rather watch real people. But again, in a few years, I might not be able to tell the difference. But anyway, but some people out there are totally fine watching content like that. And, they should be able to, I think, watch those videos on YouTube too. YouTube has been a platform to express your creativity, to create videos, to create things with software, right? We're all creating videos with software and using software to do things like add text, add transitions, right? B-roll, right? You used to have to edit all this stuff in a straight line and cut film that falls on the floor, and right? But the software we use now allows us to create in different ways. It allows more people to be able to create. Well, this whole AI movement is kind of an extension of that, just another way to create. So, do I think all AI should be banned from YouTube? No, I don't think that at all. There's a time and a place, and there's things. You know what? I listen to actually AI Lig. I think, are you? Maybe it was somebody else. Oh, well, no, it's music. Music is right in your channel name. I listen to AI music, I believe. I don't know for sure. You probably would know, but I quite often will fire up a lo-fi music channel on YouTube, and the background is some coffee house or something, and I have that playing in the background, or when I go for a walk, right? So, I'm, I guess, a consumer of AI videos in that respect. You said I mix real with AI and handmade video, and I like it. Yeah, that sounds totally fine to me. And that also sounds like something you can't do in a mass-produced way, which is, again, the specific thing YouTube has a problem with. So, cool. Cool. Starting to sweat again. Is it the topic, I wonder? Or Liquid Hour, another super chat. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. And Liquid Hour DNB says, my channel is about AI music. That's cool. About AI music, or it is AI music? Interesting. Cool. Good luck with that. Good. A lot of AI music channels. I different genres, and some of it's cool. I guess if I was a music artist, I might feel threatened by that. Because again, it's another thing that it's becoming easier to make AI music than it is. You don't have to know how to play a guitar or any instrument to make music with AI. At least I don't think you do. So yeah, if I was a creative, I might be concerned with that. But then things change. You just have to find different ways to earn your living. You have to go out and do concerts instead of relying on record sales, CD sales and stuff like that, which has kind of gone the way because of Spotify and Apple Music. But transformative lessons in business and life, maybe. Lots of change. I'm still sitting on the fence with a second channel. I want to share my experience in 3 businesses over the last decade. Should I add it to my Transformative Life Lessons channel? I'm not sure. It's a good question. I guess, again, the question you'd have to ask yourself, Catherine, is this new content that you're wanting to make, would your existing audience want to see that, right? If that answer is yes, then maybe you could do it on that same channel. You wouldn't need a separate channel for it. So I don't know if that helps or not. Coffee with Rosaline. Do I need to show my face for a cooking channel? You don't need to. No. Do I think it would help? Yes. I think it would always help build a connection with your audience if they can see you and hear you. But people have been successful not doing that. So yes, absolutely. Riva Reveals is in the house. How you doing, Riva? Good to see you. I saw you in Karen's live chat a day or two ago. Thanks for stopping in. Heartily Happy is here. How you doing? just coming in. I can't believe I missed so much. Yeah, you got 3 hours and 15 minutes to catch up on. Yeah. Yes, you can always watch it on the replay without, although you watch it on the replay, there might be the odd ad pop up. Barb says, exactly, Rob. I fall asleep to the lo-fi and rain videos. Yeah, the rain videos are kind of cool too. Most are AI, I'm sure. Yeah. Rick Beto has other things to say about AI music, especially regarding artists. I understand his stance. Yeah, I think artists, you know, their whole economy is probably going to change because of this, as are a lot of economies, actually. Just have to, you know, eyes open, be aware of what's coming, what's going on, how things are changing, and try to anticipate change and maybe make adjustments ahead, right? I kind of liken it back to, you know, the old days when people used to build cars in big factories, and then robots came along and started taking a lot of the laborious jobs, high on labor. So yeah, just you gotta, you know, jobs are going to change. Some jobs will go away, other new jobs will appear. We'll have to see how it all plays out. What is the make and model of the selfie stick you use with your quad lock? This is the Yukos, I think it's called. I don't think I have a link to this in the, but I can find it for you. I did this last time. Let me go to Amazon. Yukos tripod, and I should share this with you. Here we go. It is this guy, purchased April 2025. This one right here. That's the one I have. Now, the prices you see here are in Canadian dollars, so keep that in mind. If that's 29 Canadian, it's probably like 20 bucks US. And I see here, I noticed this last time too, it's on a significant discount right now, which I did not get. So yeah, I think I spent 35 or 40 bucks on this Canadian a few months ago, but I love it. It's lightweight. It's like, there are sturdier ones than this because this is plastic. So it's, you know, if you extend it all the way and use it as a you know, a high tripod, it's a little wobbly, like in the wind. But the bonus is, since it's not metal and it's plastic, it's very light if you want to hold it out like that, like I do, like this. Okay. So yeah, that's the one I recommend. And it was actually like, this is the other one that I used to use, and I still do sometimes. Most of the time now, I just use this, you know, on my desk in here with the iPhone on it, but I've since switched it. This was more expensive. It was handy, right? Because this thing you can set down anywhere. But anyway, yeah, there's so many different ways you can do this stuff. So many different ways. Let's see here. Let me try to bring up some of the current chats here. I saw that was a good question from Riva. Do you go back and add timestamps to your long lives after you're done to help people with the replay, and also SEO in case people are searching? I do, but maybe because I'm OCD. I'm OCD too, but no, I don't. Some people have asked me to do that, but it's a lot of work. I guess, well, there's probably AI ways to do that, right? I'm sure there are. But yeah, no, I don't. I just move on. I mean, there's a couple ways you can look at it. Yes, it would be helpful, especially if it's a video with a lot of specific questions. But think about it this way too, and maybe this is not the way you should think about it, but if you don't put in timestamps, then maybe people have to watch the whole video to get all the information, right? That's not necessarily a bad thing. It might be wasting some people's time. I suppose you could look at it that way. But the reality is, it would probably take me an hour or 2 or 3 to go through this. Probably at least as long as the video is, to go through it and come up with all of the timestamps. That would take me a long time. So I just don't have time for that. I think people would prefer that I continue to be able to answer all of the comments, which I still am able to do. I've answered all my comments. So and when I come out with a new video tomorrow morning I'll come out with another one. If I come out with that video at 10 o'clock in the morning, I'm going to spend the majority of the rest of the day answering comments for that video, and a good chunk of the next day too. Now it dies off after time, but I get a lot of comments, and that's not a bad thing. But well, for example, so we've been here 3 hours, right? 3 hours. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's not so bad. I've had 8 new comments on my channel in the last 3 hours, because I was caught up before this live stream started, but now I'm 8 comments behind. But yeah, no, that could be, I could get 200 comments in a day if I come up with a new video. So that's where my focus is. I'd rather spend, if I have extra time, I'd rather spend it on that than doing all of the timestamps, even though I'm sure people would appreciate if I did that. I need to clone myself, is what it is. That's what I got to do. When recording with your iPhone, do you use the front or the rear camera? Rear camera always. And I did say this earlier, but always this one. That way you won't be tempted to look at yourself on the selfie camera in the middle. You won't be tempted to look at yourself, which will result in you looking like this when you're talking to the camera, right? Looking off to the side instead of at the lens. So there's that. But also, this camera is a whole lot better than the little tiny camera on the selfie side. A lot better. Your picture will look a lot better. Okay? So that is why. Use AI. I'll email you the prompt I use to do it. All right. Yeah, send it to me, Riva. Maybe I will. Maybe I will. Crystal only gets comments from her mom. Hey, better than no comments at all. Maybe there is some software for the timestamps and auto-generate. Sounds like there is, and Riva's going to send it to me. Work with at robthemaritimer.com. You want to send that to me? How many videos should I upload before going live? A couple. Just, go live. Remember, your first at least 20 videos don't really matter. You're just making them for yourself, right? You're making them for yourself. You're getting better at editing. You're learning how to edit. You're learning how to upload. You're learning all the things, right? So your first 20 videos are like, try, but I was going to say just throw them away. But no, I don't mean that. Like, you still want to try, but they're not the videos that are going to make your channel grow a year from now. They're your first 20, even your first 50. So while you're practicing on your first 20 videos, practice doing live streams too. Same thing. Your first live streams aren't going to be the ones that are growing your channel, right? My first live stream, I had 4 people. And that was because I advertised it, and I told my son, you better be there to ask me questions, and he was, and he did. So, you'll start small, just have something to talk about, maybe write yourself down some questions and that you can answer in case nobody shows up. Yeah, have fun. It's great practice. Live streams are phenomenal practice for talking to the camera because that's what you're doing, right? So it's helped me tremendously. Let's see. How many videos a day? I just jumped in. Been YouTubing for a month now. Only got 100 subs. I wouldn't make any more than 1 video a day. I would make, if you can do 3 videos a week, I think that's great. That's a great way to really give your channel a great start. If you can do that consistently over time. I like to look at 1 video a week as kind of being the minimum. 1 second here. How many videos a day? Maybe you're talking about shorts, in which case that's a different game altogether. But I would, 1 video every couple of days. I like Monday, Wednesday, Friday. That's like when I'm really going. That's good. But one a week minimum if you really want to grow your channel. Again, just do what you can. If you can't do that, that's totally fine. It also depends on what kind of videos you're making. You know, maybe the videos you're making are highly produced and highly edited, and you can only make one a month or one every 2 weeks. If that's the case, then do that. Whatever you can comfortably do. But I don't think I would do one a day unless they're super short. Let's see. All right, I think I'm going to have to go soon, but any other final thoughts or questions? Oh, let me check in on the poll. You guys all answer that poll? 402 votes. Wow, okay. So 402 votes. So, okay, so for those who are just joining, I put up a poll before I went live here asking for suggestions for what video to make next. And I said, I'm going to make this video tonight. Like as soon as I'm finished here and I have some supper, I'm going to go outside with one of these 4 titles and make a video. And then I'll edit it between tonight and tomorrow morning, and I'll have it out tomorrow morning, aiming for 9 a.m., 10 a.m., something like that. So it looks like why start YouTube before you're ready is the win at 32%. Also, if I started YouTube today, now again, I wasn't able to put in the full title I was thinking of because the YouTube live polls only gives you so many characters. What that title was going to be was what I do differently if I started today. If I started YouTube today, what would I do differently? Okay, so 29% said that, but 32% was why you should start before you're ready. So I said, why start YouTube before you're ready? The larger title I was thinking of was why you should start before you're ready. That was too long. Then the other one was why I almost quit, 21%. And then my honest thoughts about YouTube right now was 18%. Okay, so we'll throw that one away. That was third. If anybody wants to put any last minute votes in on those 3 right now, why start YouTube before you're ready is winning. I'll give that a few more minutes. 403 votes. That's awesome, guys. Yeah, so I'll make that tonight and I'll put it up tomorrow. So that's what you can expect tomorrow. Go ahead and do them all. But yeah, the first one. Yeah, I probably will do them all, actually. Why not? Catherine, as much as I'd like to do a second channel, I think it'll be too much to keep up with. That's a good thought. You said that to Steve. Yeah, good thought. Steve says you're close to 75,000 subs, 3/4 way to the play button. Excited for you to hit that milestone. I might have a special live stream for that one. But yeah, Catherine, yeah, 2 channels. I typically tell people, you know, it's hard enough growing 1 channel. Why complicate things with 2? Just focus on 1. You know, but I think if I'm hearing you correctly, Catherine, what you were thinking of for your second channel is kind of things along the same lines of what your existing audience might be interested in. So maybe there's a way to kind of, because it is good too to have multiple types of videos on one channel. I like to think of, well, somebody who once was it? It might have been Sean Cannell talking about the 3 pillars. I don't remember where but somebody somewhere. I saw a video where they talked about have 3 pillars, 3 different types of videos that you put on your channel. So the way I think about it for mine, I've got my how-to videos, which are more often than not tutorials where I'm sitting here and sharing my screen. I got those. I haven't made many of those lately. I've got my advice type channels sitting in the chair, and I got walk and talk videos. So I guess those 2 are kind of the same, but those are the 3 different types I kind of think of, and I tend to kind of rotate through them. I know my outdoor walk and talk ones do better more often than not, but my how-to videos are the ones that are more apt to go evergreen and do well in search, right? So it's good to have a mix. I'm off traveling home today. See you next week. Thanks so much, Rob. No problem, Catherine. Have fun. That's right. You're on vacation. Have fun, or you're camping, I think you said, right? Awesome. Barb, leaving work now. Oh, good to hear that you were watching me during work. Going to catch you tomorrow if possible. Awesome. Entrepreneurs also like self-improvement, reflection content. Yes, absolutely. Combine the first one and end that video with the last one's thoughts. Yeah. Yes. I can see where you're going with that. I might do that. Tiff Solstice, I might do that. Sandy's Pack, hello, I'm late. Almost too late, because I'm not sticking around much longer. I'm about to leave. I just haven't yet. What time is Member Live? Tomorrow, same time as this one was. So I don't know where you are, but it'll be 1 p.m. Eastern time, so like New York. So 1 o'clock, wherever you are in the world, just look up, when is it 1 o'clock in New York? So, or Toronto, I should say Toronto, I'm in Canada, right? Toronto, Eastern Standard Time in North America. So that I know that's 1 o'clock in Toronto, it's 2 o'clock here in Halifax, Nova Scotia. It is 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the UK, and I think it's 5:30 for Catherine in New Zealand. AM, the next day. Catherine is in the future. All right. Oh, Sandy's in New Zealand. Okay, yeah, so is Catherine, and I think she says it's like 5 a.m. when I start my live streams, 5 a.m. for her. Or maybe she said 5:30. I think it was 5 a.m. So yeah, it'd be 5 a.m. tomorrow morning. Or, yeah, I don't, so what is it? Yeah, tomorrow morning. Kentucky, you're in Kentucky, so Central Time. Yeah, so you're 2 hours before me. So you noon for you. That is right. William was a silent listener today. That's all right, William. That's okay. I hope you enjoyed it. Oh, you have 3 types of videos, but they're all in the same niche. That's correct. I had 2 completely different niches, and I separated them. One channel is infinitely easier to post. Second one is more effort. Yeah, that's... yeah, if you have 2 completely different niches, then yeah, they should be on different channels, for sure. Unless you're a very established channel and you're to the point where people will listen to you whatever you want to talk about, but very few of us are there. All right. So, yeah, you know what, guys? I got a bolt. Thank you for sticking with me as long as you did today. This was long. This was 3 hours and 34 minutes. So, yeah, I'm a little tired, a little hungry, but I got a video to make too. So let me go make that video. And look for that tomorrow. I hope you enjoy it. Thanks all for watching me today. Anything else I wanted to say? Oh, I'm working on a new freebie, YouTube Kickstarter kit. I'll just show you that real quick, just so you know what it looks like. Canva, right? Canva is perfect for making just about anything. So here you go. There it is. YouTube Kickstart Kit, a new freebie going to be downloaded. It's like 16 pages. So just so that you can't just copy it, here it is. I'll go real quick. Woo, all the way through. About me and what's next. That's going to be the new freebie on my channel probably next week. So that said, there's a little teaser for you. Thanks again for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time. All right. So for you members, I'll see you maybe tomorrow, 1 o'clock Eastern Time. Bye. Where's the finish button? There we go.